Trix. Hi.
Boy, I just about made it in time tonight. Ralph will be home any minute.
Alice, I hate to poke my nose in, but I think you're crazy. Look, why don't you just tell Ralph about all this and save yourself all this trouble and rushing and everything?
Oh, no, I know Ralph, Trix. He's got some crazy thing in his head, you know, about married women working.
Yeah.
Boy, if he knew I had this job, he'd blow his top and he'd make me quit. And I need that extra money, you know, for Christmas.
Yeah, but Alice, it's not like you're doing hard work. After all you do is sit there in the doctor's reception office and answer the phone.
I know, but Ralph doesn't care whether the job is a hard one or not. It's the principle of the thing with him, Trix. He just thinks that if his wife works, you know, it hurts his dignity.
Yeah. Well, you know best, Alice. Say, how'd you get this job in the first place?
Oh, didn't I tell you?
Yeah.
Oh, well, this doctor's the obstetrician that my sister Agnes had when she had her baby.
Oh, yeah.
And she told me that he was looking for a part-time receptionist.
Oh, he sure seems like a nice man.
Yeah, he is. Hey, wait a minute. When did you meet him?
Oh, I didn't actually meet him. I just saw him when we went back to your office after lunch.
Oh, listen, Trix, if you're downtown again, just call me at the office and stop by and we'll have lunch again.
Okay, swell.
Hey there.
Oh, hi, Ed.
Where's your better 1.5?
He's not home yet.
Oh. Hey, Trix, you should have been with me today. Boy, what a lot of excitement down the sewer.
What?
The place was swarming with FBI men.
FBI men? What were they doing in the sewer?
They were looking for wetbacks who were trying to beat the crosstown traffic.
Well, I gotta go out and get some laundry off the roof. I hung some things up there this morning.
Hey, wait a minute. Is there a lot of laundry up there on the roof?
Yeah, quite a bit.
Well, you don't think I'm going to stand here and watch you go up a flight of stairs there, up the roof there, and carry a big load of laundry down here all by yourself, do you?
Oh, thanks, Ed.
Don't thank me. Go on, Trixie. Go up there and give her a hand.
I'll see you later, Sir Galahad.
Oh, yes, Madame Pompadour.
Where's Alice?
She's upstairs. What's all the excitement?
Wait till I tell you what happened to me today. I'm walking down the street, Norton, on my lunch hour, see? A half a block up the street is Alice and Trixie. Well, I yell to them, see, but they don't hear me. They're too far away. I try to catch up with them, but they're walking too fast. I see them go into a building. Well, I follow them in the building, see? Then they turn into an office. I'm just about to follow them into the office, and I stop because I see something printed on the door. What do you think I saw printed on the door?
What?
Dr. Brady, obstetrician. Well, what have you got to say to that? Alice going to an obstetrician.
Well, I think that's wonderful, Rob. I mean, that's really good news. I think it's about time she had that bunion removed.
What are you talking about, bunion? An obstetrician doesn't remove bunions. You're thinking of a chiropractor. An obstetrician delivers babies. What do you think of that, Norton? Trixie taking Alice to an obstetrician.
Hey there, Ralphie boy.
I gotta be a father.
Congratulations, Ralph.
Thank you.
And at a time like this, there's something that I wish you could remember. As the acorn is bended, so grows the oak.
Thank you. Boy, oh boy, imagine that. Me gonna be a father.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a little son. And I'm gonna be a good father, too, Norton. Don't worry about that.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna teach that kid how to get along in this world. You know, they don't give you anything for nothing in this world. You gotta fight for it. All my life, I've been a fighter. I've fought for everything I got. I fought for everything that's in here. Fight, fight, fight.
You sure must have lost a lot of them fights.
I gotta get a name for the kid. A real good name. Now, what do you think would be a good name?
Let's think, how about Percy?
Percy?
Yeah, Percy. You said you wanted the kid to learn how to fight. And yeah, with a name like that, he'd be fighting all the time.
What am I talking about? I got the name for the kid. I'll name him after me, Ralph.
Wait. That's a little confusing, isn't it? Two Ralphs in the same family.
Oh, not necessarily so. I was named after my father. Nothing wrong about that. They used to call us Big Ralph and Little Ralph.
Who's your father, Little Ralph?
Oh, you're Riot. Yeah, but you can't get me mad today. Boy, I was just thinking, how a few seconds can change a man's life. Now, I got up this morning, I thought this day was going to be ordinary like any other day.
Yeah.
Then, bam, I see Trixie taking Alice to an obstetrician, and I know I'm going to be a father. Just like that. I can't believe it.
Hey.
What?
Just a minute. I think maybe making a lot of things up in your mind there. You're jumping to conclusions.
What are you talking about?
Just a minute now. You said you saw Trixie taking Alice to an obstetrician, and all of a sudden that makes you think you're going to become a father.
Well, what more proof do I need?
Well, don't you think maybe possibly there's another reason why Alice went to the obstetrician?
Now, what other possible reason could Alice have for going to an obstetrician?
Maybe Alice was taking Trixie to the obstetrician. Maybe I'm going to be the father. Hey there!
You sneak. What are you trying to do? Steal my kid?
What do you mean, steal your kid?
You pull some cheap stunts, but this is the lowest.
Oh, wait a minute, it's a possibility. Maybe the kid ain't going to be Ralph Cramden Jr. Maybe it's going to be Ralph Norton Jr.
That's ridiculous. Besides, I know that I'm going to be a father.
How?
Well, I know. That's all. I got proof. Look, what is the first thing a woman craves when she's in that condition? Crazy food, right?
Yeah.
All right. The other night, what do you think Alice gave me for supper? Hot tamales marinated in sour cream. That proves it. I'm the father.
For your information, those were leftovers that Trixie sent down here. That means I'm going to be the father.
That means nothing. They're just both eating crazy food, that's all.
Well, Trixie's a lot crazier than Alice because we had our hot tamales for breakfast.
That still means nothing. It's got to be me. I got to be the father.
Look, Ralph, I don't want to wish you any hard luck at all. I mean, I know how you feel, but, boy, I just wish it was going to be me, that's all. I hope it is. I get a little kid and watching him grow up from a little guy and education, grammar school, high school, and then on to college. Boy, then when he gets out of college and ready to face the world, I'll get him a job with me in the sewer.
When your son graduates from college, you're going to get him a job in the sewer?
Well, certainly. The sewer accepts college grads. Boy, I've always wanted a kid, a son to follow after me, someone to wade in my footsteps.
Well, it's not you, it's me. And I can't stand the suspense. I wish we knew.
Hey, look, let's just stop guessing about the whole thing. Let's just ask which one is going to have the baby.
You can't do that. A wife takes her own sweet time in telling her husband about a thing like that. Can't walk up to a woman that's having a baby and say, "You having a baby?"
Oh, you're right. All right, look. Then we'll find out which one isn't having a baby.
Yeah?
And ask her.
You have been hit on the head by one too many manhole covers. Well, wait a minute. Don't carry that.
What's going on here?
I'll tell you what's going on. It's too heavy for you.
Hand off there. Help me carry this in the bedroom, Norton.
It's gotten into them.
I don't know, but let's keep our mouths shut and be thankful for small favors.
Yeah, I'll say.
Wait a minute. Don't pull that chair. It's heavy.
Let's go with that heavy piece of furniture.
Hello, baby.
All right, Ralph, that does it. What's this all about?
Yeah, what's going on here?
That's for you to know and me to find out.
Exactly. You see, Alice, I know something you know, but you don't know I know what you think I don't know. And I know what you don't think I know that you know.
Oh, I know.
You do?
You are nuts.
See, Ralph, she knows.
Will you shut up?
Let's just ask which one isn't going to happen. You stay out of this.
Will somebody please tell us what's going on here?
You'll have to do that, girls. Anybody care for some strawberries and chocolate sauce with some chopped pickles?
Yeah, I would if you...
Oh, why not?
I'm not going. I demand equal time.
Ralph, will you please make some sense?
All right. I guess we'll have to tell you instead of you telling us. I would say that one of you girls are holding a little secret, and one of you is expecting a little visitor.
Ralph, how did you find out?
What did I tell you, Norton? It's me. And when can we expect the happy event?
Well, Ralph, sometime just before Thanksgiving. At least that's when Mother said she'd be here.
There you are, Norton. A mother. She's not coming in! Your mother isn't stepping foot in this. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to yell. If you want your mother here Thanksgiving, bring her. She can stay till New Year's. And if you want your father here, he can come with her.
Oh, Ralph, that's wonderful.
But if it ain't you, out they go. Well, why don't you go upstairs, Norton? I have a little something to talk over with my wife.
What? Oh. Wait a minute. You're not going to walk up the stairs. Just a minute.
Dad, when you coming down, Edward?
I'm going to carry you up that flight of stairs there. Although somehow, to coin a phrase, I got a feeling I'm beating a dead horse. Somebody open the door there, will you? Boy, it better be you.
I see I've been going at this the wrong way. I was going to wait for you to tell me, but I guess I'll have to tell you.
Tell me what, Ralph?
I happen to know that you were at Dr. Brady's office today.
Oh, so you found out about me.
I certainly did. Oh, baby.
Ralph, and you're not angry?
Why should I be angry?
Oh, I had no idea you were going to take it like this. Oh, Ralph, if you feel this way, I can do it every Christmas.
Yeah.
And you know something? Of course, if I did it once a year, I'd probably have to join a union or something.
Well, that's an odd thing. I never thought you had to join a union to have a baby.
Have a baby?
Yeah. Oh, boy, am I happy to. Just think, a son of my own.
Ralph, do you think I'm having a baby?
What else would you go to an obstetrician for? And I want to tell you something.
Oh,
as soon as
Ralph.
we have that kid, we're moving out of this town.
Ralph.
We're going to get one of the finest apartments you ever saw. And I'm going to put no more money in schemes. I'm going to save all of the money and buy furniture for every room, especially the nursery.
Ralph, I have something I just got to tell you.
Well, go ahead.
The reason that I've been going to Dr. Brady's, Ralph, is, well, it's because I work for him. I'm his receptionist. I just took the job to make some extra money for Christmas. And I'm not going to have a baby, Ralph.
Not going to have a baby?
No, Ralph.
I thought sure he was going to have a baby. Boy, I was thinking of him. I came home, I was telling Norton about what we're going to name it and everything. You know, I was going to name it Ralph. See, I'm so anxious to have a son. You know, a kid looks like me and everything, running around. Of course, if we had a baby, it doesn't have to be a boy. As a matter of fact, I think I'd rather have a girl. just so it could grow up and be just like you.
Oh, Ralph.
Baby.
I love you.
You're the greatest. Alice, I'm home. You in there, Alice? Alice, are you upstairs? Alice! Alice!
What do you want, Ralph?
Come on down here, I'm home. Why do you have to be so sneaky? Where were you?
I was in the next apartment, Ralph. That new couple's moving in. They're the nicest people. The name's Fallon. They're from Bayonne.
All right, tell me about it when I'm having supper. I'm late. I gotta get to the bowling alley.
Ralph, you can't go bowling tonight. You promised to take me to the movies.
Well, I can't take it.
But you promised, Ralph.
Sorry, I can't take it.
But, Ralph.
Not that I don't want to take you. I'd take you if I could. There's a very important game tonight. It's the playoffs.
Listen, Ralph, I don't care whether you miss the playoffs or not. A promise is a promise. Now, we're going to the movies. I've been looking forward to it all day.
We're not going to any movies. I'm in the playoffs. If we win tonight, we're tied for ninth place.
You can just stop packing that bag, Ralph, because we're going to the movies.
We are not. The Hurricanes need me.
Well, then I feel very sorry for the Hurricanes, because the biggest wind of them all ain't going to be there.
That shows how much you know, because the biggest wind of them all is going to be there. I got to be there. I'm very important to the team. I am the anchor man.
Of what? The Queen Mary?
You like to go to the moon? Now, just for that remark, not only won't I ever take you to a movie, but when I come home tonight, I won't even tell you who won the game.
From this blow, I may never recover.
From this blow, you may never recover.
Oh, you
Get
scare
my
me.
supper ready.
You really scare me something terrible, Ralph. But I got news for you. We're going. Because once in a blue moon, you take me out.
Well, tonight the moon is yellow, so get my supper ready. I'm late.
Come in. Oh, Mrs. Fallon.
I'm sorry to bother you, Mrs. Crandon, but my husband's having trouble opening one of the crates. And I was wondering if you had a hammer we could borrow.
A hammer? Why, certainly. I think I have one in here. Here you are.
Oh, thanks very much.
How's everything going?
Well, you know what moving's like. Right now, everything's upside down.
Sweetheart, I got the crate open, so I won't need the hammer after all.
Oh, well, thanks just the same.
Okay. How would you two like a cup of coffee?
Well, that'd be very nice. Thank you very much.
All
All right, just sit right down and I'll get the
Thank
things.
you very much.
Oh, thank you,
Here you
dear.
are, dear.
I know what it's like when you're moving. Cup of coffee really tastes good.
That's
Help.
right. We haven't had a chance to get anything at all together in the kitchen, you know.
Want me to do it for you?
Yes, please, if you will.
Oh, please allow me.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
Oh.
Oh, Ralph, these are our new neighbors, Mr. and Mrs. Fallon.
How do you do?
How do you do? Glad to meet you. I hear you're from Bayonne.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, I'll see if the water's hot.
Sit down, she'll get it. Well, it's nice to have you for neighbors.
Thank you very much.
By the way, a pal of mine, Norton, he lives upstairs. We go bowling every Thursday night, so if you'd care to go with us sometime,
Well,
you're very
thank you very much. But Thursday nights are out. I always take my wife over to see her sisters on Thursday night.
Oh, well, we play pool on Tuesdays. If you like pool, you can go with us then.
I'm sorry, Tuesday's no good either. That's our bridge night.
I belong to a lodge, the Raccoons. We have a lot of fun. Meet on Friday nights. Maybe I could get you in there if you'd like.
Oh, Harry, that sounds very nice.
But, sweetheart, Friday nights we always go to the movies together.
Oh, well, maybe we could go to the movies on Monday night.
That's our canasta night.
Don't you ever go out with the fellas?
Well, not very often. Maybe just once in a blue moon.
Oh, what a shame. That's the night Ralph always takes me to the movies.
Hey, I got to deliver some stuff to the people next door, but there's nobody there. What can I do with
Oh,
it?
that must be the rest of our
I'll
furniture.
take care of it.
No, I want
Will
to
you
show
excuse
where
us?
to
We've
put
got a
it.
lot
Will
of
you
things to
excuse
clean
us?
up there.
Thank you
you
so
very
much.
much. Very
You're
much.
welcome. Bye.
Bye.
Not a couple of clams they are. Bridge, canister, going over to the sisters. A couple of real live wires. Bet on New Year's Eve they stay home together and make fudge.
Well, that's practically what we do every New Year's Eve. The only difference is that I stay home alone and make fudge.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Ralphie boy, are you cognizant of the fact that tonight we venture forth to do brief encounter with our worthy adversaries?
Where did you learn those words?
Well, you see, all week I've been working in a sewer in front of NYU. During the lunch hour, I come up and play a little Scrabble with the professors.
I thought so.
Don't you think those professors didn't learn a few new words from us?
It figures.
Come on, clean plate. Hurry up, we gotta get going.
Look, I won't eat this. I'll grab a hamburger down at the alley. I'll get my coat and we'll roll.
All right. Alice, you meet the new neighbors yet?
Yes, they're a very nice couple, Ed.
What's the guy like? Maybe he'd like to join our bowling team.
No, not a chance. Ralph already asked him. He doesn't want to bowl, shoot pool, or join your lodge. He'd rather stay home with his wife.
Oh, one of those. Well, I hope it don't get all over the building. One bad apple could spoil the whole barrel.
There's one barrel I can think of who could use a little spurling.
Guess my coat's out here. Oh, yeah. Well, my friend, are you ready to forge ahead? For victory is in sight.
I am ready, my captain. As usual, you lead, and I'll follow.
You're grand.
See you later.
Hi, Alice.
I see the hurricanes have blown.
Yeah.
What's the matter with you?
Oh, I'm just fed up, Trix. And you ought to be, too. Every night our husbands running out enjoying themselves and leave us here to stare at the four walls.
Well, after 14 years, you should be used to it.
I'll never get used to it. Why, when I think of the way some husbands treat their wives, like that Mr. Fallon next door, for instance, he's a perfect gentleman. You know how he treats his wife, Trix? He stays home with her every single night, or else he takes her to the movies. When was the last time Ed spent an evening at home with you?
On my birthday. He was too cheap to take me out.
See what I mean?
Yeah, Alice, but I was reading a story in a magazine the other day, and this could be our fault, you know.
What do you mean awful?
Well, this article explained how a lot of wives just kind of let themselves go after they've been married for a while. You know, they don't bother to dress up for their husbands or take special pains with the meals. That's why a lot of husbands lose interest in their homes and go out nights.
I know, Trix.
Now, listen, wait a minute, Alice. Let's face it. How long has it been since we put a special centerpiece on the table at dinner? And what do we look like when our husbands come home? When they walk in, they find us just as we are. We're not fixed up special for them. And for dinner, we just open a couple of cans. The only time we fix a full meal is Sundays or holidays.
You know, I never thought of it that way. I always just blamed the whole thing on Ralph. You know, that magazine could be right. It could be our fault. Take tonight, for instance. All I did was slam a plate of beans down in front of Ralph.
I didn't do any better for Ed. All I gave him was leftovers. And they were the leftovers from breakfast.
Trixie, I'm going to turn over a new leaf. Tomorrow night, when Ralph gets home, things are going to be different around here. We are going to win our husbands back from the bowling alleys. We're going to make them want to stay home with us.
Yeah.
You with me, Trix?
Oh, I sure am. Alice, I just thought of something. I've never spent a whole evening alone with Ed since we've been married. Maybe I won't like him.
One thing isn't very
So, you forgot to pay the electric bill, huh?
Don't be silly, Ralph. Of course I paid the bill. I just thought it might be sort of more fun beat by candlelight. You know, kind of romantic.
Romantic? Who do you think we are, Eddie Fisher and Debbie Reynolds or something? If you don't mind, I'll have a little more light on the subject. I'd like to see what I'm eating. It's hot enough in here.
Well, maybe you're right, lover. Maybe it is a good idea to leave the lights on. That way it's so much easier for me to see my big, handsome man.
Have you been at that beer?
Of course not. Just that, well, you've been away so long all day, Ralph, and gee, I missed you something terrible.
What's going on here? What are you kissing and playing with my ear for? There's something going... Ha-ha! Oh, no, you don't. Your mother isn't setting foot in this house.
Ralph, Mother isn't coming. It's like I told you. I just missed you so today.
Now, let me have my supper. I'm late. I gotta play pool in a minute.
I've got a wonderful dinner for you, Ralph. Guess what we're having? Roast beef.
Since when does roast beef come in a can?
It isn't canned, Ralph, and wait till you hear what I have to go with it. All your favorites. Baked potato, lima beans, and for dessert, I even made you a pizza.
There's something going on there. Now, you're not gonna drive me nuts. One of us did something. Now, who was it?
Ralph, I told you. It's just that I missed you so much today.
You missed me today, huh?
Yes.
You missed me today. I've been going to work for 14 years. How is it up to now? You never missed me any more than a can of beans.
Ralph, from now on, everything's going to be different. You're going to have a full-course meal every night. Now, you just sit down there, darling, and relax, and I'll get you your dinner. You sit right there, sweetie face.
That's all right.
Well, Ralph, I'm ready to sit down.
So?
Well, who's going to help me with my chair?
There's only two of us in the room, so... Unless you have a torn ligament or something, you'll do it.
Well, come on, Ralph. Aren't you going to eat your supper?
What is that?
That's the appetizer.
The what?
The appetizer.
I had my appetizer. I've been driving a bus for 8 hours. Let me have the roast beef.
Ralph, come on, try it. It's delicious.
It's not bad. What is it?
Oh, I'm so glad you like it, Ralph. It's minced eel and honeycomb tripe.
Steel and honeycombs, right? What are you trying to do, poison me or something?
Well, Ralph, that's a delicacy. I was up at Trixie's the other day and I saw it on television.
On television, huh? What was it, a clue on Dragnet? Now, let me have the roast beef.
All right. It's not quite ready yet, sweetie face.
What are we going to have in this, sauerkraut juice?
Now you're not going to have anything in it. Come on, Ralph. Let's dance.
Alice, you're loaded. You're loaded!
I am not.
I can tell when you go like that! Now you stop that wiggling! You want to wiggle? Wiggle over to the stove and get my supper!
All right, Ralph. That did it. That did it. I tried, Ralph. Heaven knows I tried. But you are impossible. I thought I'd have things a little different around here for a change. Candles on the table, tablecloth, full-course meal for you. I even tried to dress myself up to look a little more attractive for you. And what are the thanks I get, Ralph? None. Absolutely none. Oh, boy, when I think of what I've had to put up with. 14 years ago, I got married, Ralph Crandon. And what did I marry? I don't even know I've got a husband. One night you and Norton go out and shoot pool. Another night you go bowling. Then there's always lodge meetings, steamed clam bakes, and, shuffleboard and skee ball tournaments, political things. One thing after another, Ralph. You've never spent one single evening alone here with me. Not one. Well, I've got news for you, Ralph. I suppose I shouldn't complain about all of this. There's no reason for me to complain, because although you're never home, Ralph, and although I'm not married to you because you're married to Ed Norton and I'm married to these four walls here, while you're out, you leave me those nice, sweet little mementos to remember you by. Like the shirts that I gotta wash, and the socks that I gotta mend, and your pants that I have to let out 3 times a week. These foolish things, Ralph, remind me of you. Well, that'll give you a little picture of it, Ralph. That'll give you a nice, tidy little picture of what it's been like for me, married to you for 14 years. The all-American boy. But maybe it's my own fault, Ralph, for not stopping this when it got started. After all, I did have a warning. Sure, I had a warning. I should have known what I was in for, Ralph, when you took a bowling ball along on our honeymoon.
Are you through? Are you finished? Are you done? Completed? Are you all finished with your little salala guy? Well, now, let me tell you a few things. You certainly have it tough around here. Ha, ha, ha. You got a lot to complain about. All I know is when you wash my shirts, you never have to wash one. I'm wearing the other one. I suppose I ought to compliment you on the way you darn my socks, huh? Take a little look at that. Don't you talk to me about complaining and struggling and working. You kill me. What do you think my life is, a picnic or something? What do you think I'm doing when you're around this forced labor camp all day? Did you ever drive a bus in front of Klein's on a sales day? Did you ever have 400 women charge your bus like there was no other kinds of transportation? And out of that 400 women, how many do you think is the right change? 1! And she's on the wrong bus! Of course, it wasn't always as tough as this. It was a little easier before when the fares were 10 cents. They weren't satisfied with that. They had to raise the fares. Did they raise it to something easy like 15 cents? No. 13 cents. I gotta play around with pennies all day. You know there's a penny ward in Bellevue for bus drivers? And they got a long waiting list, and I'm on the list. You think it's any fun on a bus trying to complain and explain to people that there's a rear to the bus? And then I come home here. And instead of getting a little solace and consolation, what happens? You got to start in, and I can't go bowling. And I can't play pool. Then you got to take about my skee ball tournaments. Well, for your information, Mrs. Weisenheimer, it was the prizes that I won in the skee ball tournament that practically furnished this whole apartment. And that little snide remark you made about the pie-eating contest, it just so happens that the gift certificate that I won in the pie-eating contest got you the very dress you're wearing right now. All I know is I won the pie-eating contest and you got the dress. What have I got to show for it? Don't you dare!
things that I have to say to you. I'm not trying to interfere with your bowling or shooting pool or doing anything else that you want for relaxation. But there's going to be a little change made. From now on, you're going to go out with Norton one night a week. The other 6 nights, you can shoot pool and you can bowl, you can do anything that comes into your head. But you're going to take me with you. From now on, you can start acting like other husbands, like that nice Mr. Fallon next door, for instance.
So that's the bum that's behind all this. Well, for your information, I'm not going to act like that.
Oh, yes, you will, Ralph. You most certainly will. Because if you ever again leave this house, and it's not your night out with Norton, and you don't take me with you, when you get home, I won't be here.
Har, har, hardy, har, har. Norton! Hey, Norton!
Where you are, Ralph?
Come on down here.
I can't come down tonight. I'll see you next Tuesday. That's my night off.
Hey, Fallon!
Yes, Mr. Clinton?
Come on in here.
What is it, Mr. Clarendon?
All right, wise guy. Put him up. Let's go! Yeah. Hiya, Norton.
Happy boy.
How about that? How about that? That Fallon's got to be a jiu-jitsu expert, and he throws me into the stove. Well, this is one of those weeks, pal.
Yeah.
Where are you and Trixie going tonight?
Well, I had a hard time deciding whether to go to the roller derby or the fights.
Where you going?
The movies. Trixie didn't have no trouble making up her mind. Where you and Alice going?
We are going to an open-air concert at Prospect Park.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you, I'm going nuts. For 3 nights now, I haven't seen anybody but Alice. A lovely 3-night stay were. First night, we went to the movies. Saw a Rin Tin Tin picture. Second night, we stayed at home, played Monopoly.
Ooh.
And last night was the doozy. We went over and visited Alice's sister. And Alice's sister's husband is a taxidermist. So we had the good fortune to sit there all night and watch him stuff a yellow-bellied sapsucker.
I know what you're going through, Ralph. I know exactly. I'm going through the same thing myself. I mean, of course, I wasn't fortunate enough to see a yellow-bellied sapsucker being stuffed. Because Trixie's brother, he's...
Oh, shut up. We got to do something. We can't let them do this to us. We're entitled to our own enjoyment. Even the Constitution says that a man is entitled to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
Yeah. But the marriage license is an amendment to the Constitution.
You are so right.
Hey, how
got an idea. Why don't the four of us go out tonight together, see? And when we get down here in the street, we'll walk ahead of the girls, see? And then we walk a little faster, you know. Pretty soon we'll be far ahead, and then we'll be out of sight, and then we'll start running. They'll never be able to catch up us, and then we'll just duck into a pool ball. I'm gonna play a few games of pool. Can you run fast?
If I could, do you think I'd be married? And besides, that's one of the stupidest ideas I ever heard.
Wait a minute. That's not as stupid as trying to mail a letter with no stamp on it just because nobody's looking.
When did I ever do that?
You didn't. I did it. And at the time, you said that was the most stupidest thing that you ever heard of.
Well, it was.
All right. Now, don't try to pick on this idea, then.
You better lay down with a cold towel on your head, pal. You are a nut.
Wait a minute. I got another idea. Seeing as you can't run so fast, when we get down here in the street, all four of us get on the sidewalk, we'll walk behind the girls, and we'll just slow it up a little gradually. They'll be yapping away there. They'll get ahead, and we'll slow down pretty soon. We'll be out of sight. You're right, Ralph. I'm a nut.
Wait a minute.
What?
Look, they said to us that they didn't want to spoil our enjoyment.
Yeah.
All they wanted to do was to take part in it.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, suppose we fix it so they have to spoil our enjoyment. Suppose we take them out, and they want to go home.
So what?
So what? Well, if we want to stay out and they want to go home, they're spoiling our enjoyment. All we have to do is keep them out. Then they'll get tired and say we want to go home. Then they'll be breaking the agreement with us. They'll be spoiling our enjoyment. Then all we have to do is get a little steamed and call the whole thing off. We don't have to take them out anymore.
How are we going to get them tired?
Very simple. Look, the four of us will go out tonight. We'll go dancing. We'll go bowling. We'll take them over to the pool hall. We won't take any cabs. We'll walk wherever we're going. We'll say that we like the exercise. We're the male animal, aren't we? The male is always stronger than the female. They won't be able to keep up with. They can't possibly have the strength that we got. By 10:30, they'll be begging us to take them home.
Suppose by 10:30 they don't beg us to take them home.
If they don't, we'll stay out until they do. If we have to stay out all night till they beg us to take them home.
All right. All I hope is I get home by next Tuesday, because that's my night out.
Don't worry, I'll handle it. Yeah. Oh, here they are.
Hi.
Well, girls, Norton and I just decided that we'd all go out together tonight.
Oh, wonderful. Where are we going?
Well, that's a surprise, ain't it, Norton?
You betcha. We figured that if we took you two girls out and got you good and tired...
Well,
shall we start?
are we walking or riding to the surprise?
We'll take a walk. You start first.
All right.
Little do they know.
All right. I gotta hand you a compliment.
What is it?
You are a fat genius.
I'll say, I'm having the time of my life. I can't even keep track anymore. Did we go bowling before we went to Coney Island or after we left Roseland?
Boy, you are mixed up. It was after we shot pool and before we took the rowboat ride.
Oh, Alice, the boys certainly have changed. They're trying so hard to show us a good time that I think they're enjoying it themselves. Oh, I could go on like this forever.
Me too, but not without eating. I'm starved.
Oh,
Here.
yeah, me too.
Let's see what looks good.
This might be it. Ed Norton, come out of there.
you girls tired? Want to go home?
Sit down. Where's Ralph?
What's the matter? You tired, girls? You want to go home?
No, Ralph, we're not tired, but you look exhausted. Now, maybe we better call it an evening.
No, you're not spoiling our fun.
Well, come on, Ralph. You sit down. Come on over here. Sit down. Trixie, I don't think we ought to stay here. We ought to get these boys home. They're exhausted.
Well, I know it, Alice, but every time we suggest it to them, they say we're trying to spoil their fun. What are we going to do?
Ralph.
What's the matter? You want to go home?
No, Ralph, we're not tired, but you look exhausted. Now, do you want to eat here or don't you?
Don't tell me I'm exhausted. Don't try to spoil our fun. I want to dance.
All right, Ralph. You want to have something to eat? Ralph, you want to have something to eat before you dance?
Yes, I want to have something to eat. Sure.
All right, Trixie, and I'd like to wash up. Now, if a waiter comes in, would you please order me a hamburger and a cup of coffee?
And I'll have a cheeseburger and coffee.
Manhole cover.
Come on, Trix. Yeah, my bad. Oh, yeah.
Hurry up, too, because we're going to have some dancing as soon as you come out of there. All right, boys, what'll it be? What's the matter, girls? You want to go home? You tired? Here's the menu. Maybe you'd like to order something to eat. Bring 4 cups of coffee. Oh, all the same, 4 cups of coffee. Wake up there. Wake up, Norton. Tired girls want to go home? Come on. We're winning. They're beginning to fade. You got a match, Ralph? Hmm? You got a match? Yeah. Want to go home, girls?
Ralph, we've been talking it over. Now, you 2 boys have got to go to work tomorrow, so come on, we'll just eat quickly and we'll go right home.
No, we're not going home. We're going to stay out and enjoy ourselves. Have some dancing.
Well, if you want to dance, put some money in the machine.
All right, Alice. Come on. Let's dance. I'll take you to dance. Let's go.
We give up. We're tired. We want to go home.
Yeah, come on.
Want to go home?
That's right.
Go, man.
We're exhausted. We give up.
You finished?
Sure.
You had enough?
Yep.
All right, we'll go home.
Hey, come on, Trix.
Yeah.
Pal of mine, We won. We won. That'll show them, won't it?
You will?
Let's go. Come on, Norton. No, you got tired. Want to go home? We won.
I can
It's all over.
It's all right.
Guess they'll be taught a lesson from here on in.
Oh, we win, boy.
Sorry, Ralph. Hi, Alice. Quiet, Trix, quiet.
What's the matter? Is Ralph sick?
Sort of. He's making out his income tax. I'm under strict orders not to make a sound.
I know just what you're going through. My Ed's upstairs making out his tax, too.
Yeah, well, Ralph's been working on his for the past 5 hours. I'm telling you, my life isn't worth a thing around here.
What's going on out here? Can't you keep quiet? Oh, you couldn't make enough noise by yourself. You had to bring her down here, huh?
Ralph, we were only whispering.
Only whispering. That's right, you were only whispering. All right, boys, add up that row of figures.
But, Ralph!
Sit down and add up that row of figures. You're only whispering, that's right, only whispering. Whispering doesn't bother anyone. It's nice and quiet. It's not like yelling whispering. It's easy to do your income tax when anybody's whispering. Well, what does it come to?
$263.85.
Oh, boy, if you earn a $600 deduction, would you get yours?
Quiet down there. I'm trying to do my taxes.
Shut up, Norton, or I'll come up there. And you better go upstairs and make sure he shuts up.
Yes, master. Listen, Alice, I'll see you later. Around April 16th.
Yeah, Trix.
Well, it's impossible, absolutely impossible.
It isn't impossible, Ralph. You're just making it that way with your attitude. I'm sure if you sit down, calm down a little, and relax, you'll be able to do it.
Are you trying to tell me that it's my fault? It's the form. The government's trying to drive me nuts.
Well, show me where you are, Ralph. Maybe I can help you with it.
Oh, you want to help me? I'll show you where I am. I'm right here. Here you are. Take 4% of amount on line 4. Column B, above or tax shown on line 6, 7C or 8. Page 3, less the amount, if any, on line 9, page 3, or if tax table is used, the tax in item 7, page 1, or 2% of taxable income, line 5, page 3, if alternative tax is applicable, line 20, Schedule E, or twice line 20 in case of a joint return. Go ahead, help me with that.
You got any idea of the answer?
If I get any idea of the answer, I don't even know what the question is. Well, I don't care. I gave up. I'm done, through, finished, completed. I'm not making out any form. They can put me in jail if they want.
Now, Ralph, that's ridiculous. You know perfectly well that you've got to file a return. Everybody who makes over $600 a year has to.
Wouldn't you know that? Wouldn't you know that? That your brother Frank gets out of all this?
Never mind my brother Frank. Listen, if you're having so much trouble with the long form, why don't you just fill out the short form like everybody else does?
For a very good reason. On the short form, you can't make any business reductions. And I happen to have a lot of business reductions.
Like what?
Like what?
Yeah.
All right, like what? For instance, having my bus driver's uniform dry cleaned and pressed. It costs me $1 every time I have it done. That's $3 right there. Then I can deduct all my food off.
You can't can't deduct food as a business expense.
Why not? I have to eat in order to drive a bus, and that's my business, driving a bus.
If you ate much more, you wouldn't be able to get into a bus.
Would you like to go to the moon? One more crack out of you, Alice. One more crack out of you like that, and my medical expenses are going up 20%. Now, look, I'm going to sit down. I'm going to take one more crack at this thing, and I want you to go into that room, and while you're in there, you're to shut up. Quiet in there. I don't want you to make a sound. Not one sound. I don't want to hear a peep.
Peep.
How you going?
I'm going nuts.
Well, I got the same problem. That's why I figured I'd come down here and work it out with you, you know? Put our heads together and maybe we'll make a little sense out of this mishmash.
No sense of continuing. This is impossible.
No, it isn't impossible. We'll lick this thing if we just work together, that's all. You help me, I'll help you. Like we say in the sewer, one hand washes the other. Well, where you stuck?
Where am I stuck?
Yeah.
Right here. Paragraph H. That's where I'm stuck.
Paragraph H? Paragraph H.
Wait a minute. I never saw you wearing glasses before. When did you get them?
About 4 months ago. The doctor says I gotta wear them when I read.
Are they any help?
I don't know. This is the first time I tried them out. Let me see. Paragraph H, deductions. What's your problem?
Well, that's my problem. I can't find enough deductions.
Well, what'd you take off so far?
Well, so far I took off for Alice and me. That's $600. Then I took off and deducted my union dues.
Yeah.
Then I deducted all my food. Then I deducted all the haircuts. That's a business deduction, you know. The hair should fall in my eyes while I'm driving a bus. I could get into an accident.
So far, I don't think you got a thing there that the government can challenge.
Then I deducted, well, having my bus driver's uniform dry cleaned and pressed. You know, that's work clothes.
Hey, wait a minute. You mean you can take off for having your work clothes cleaned and pressed?
Of course you can.
What a deduction I got, boy. I got not only cleaning and pressing, I got fumigating, too, you know. What else you got there?
Well, then I took off depreciation on the furniture.
Yeah? Well, every 30 cents helps.
Well, that's all I could find. What did you take off for deductions? Maybe from your list I can get some.
Well, I got some, my business expenses. I don't think they'd affect you. I gotta get my rubber boots vulcanized. Took a 2-week course on being a lifeguard. The usual depreciation I take off on my socks.
Wait a minute. Depreciation on socks?
Yeah.
If you put a thing like that, they'll be around here to examine you. And I'm not talking about the Income Tax Bureau. What else did you deduct?
Well, I took off all those businesses that you and I went into last year and lost all that money. I chalked off all that as business losses.
Hey, wait a minute, you're right. Those businesses that we lost money in, they're deductible.
Right.
All right, now let's see. The first one was $120. We invested in the uranium field in Asbury Park.
That's right. Then there's $80 that we sunk into that no-cow pizza.
Then there's $200 we put in that campaign that makes the caucus a honeymooners paradise. Now we're really getting deductions.
I want you to realize I appreciate everything you've done for me. All of those businesses that we went into and lost money were your idea.
Thank you, Norton.
All right.
Hey, another thing. The lawyer's fees when we went into bankruptcy. We can deduct that.
No, wait a minute. No, we didn't even pay them yet. We still owe them.
That's better yet. We put it down as a bad debt. Now, I'll add these up, and we'll see what we need.
Yeah. Read them aloud. I'll check them off and double-check them and figure them out.
$3.
$3.
$142.50.
$142.50.
Then there's $58.30.
58.30.
$219.06. Then there's $30.75.
Wait a minute. What's the last one?
$30.75.
Oh, 75.
Then there's $11.25.
25.
Then there's $132.80. What are you doing?
I'm writing down the figures, double-checking, rechecking.
Will you stop that, stupid? I'll do this by myself.
Sheesh,
right.
what a large grouch.
You might join Alice in the moon. Now, let's see. That whole thing comes to $983.65. Now, I just subtract my deductions from my total earnings.
Yeah.
And that gives me $3,160.12. Must have made a mistake.
Well, how do you figure that?
Well, when I deduct my deductions from my total earnings, I get $3,160.12. That's the amount I should have left, right?
Yeah.
But where is it? I don't have a cent.
That's very simple. The rest of it is during the year living expenses.
Are you crazy or something? I wouldn't spend that kind of money on living expenses.
Well, I know it's hard to believe with all this as evidence, but those are the facts. Now, right alone, you got $45 a month rent right alone there.
That's right. $45 a month. Over a period of 12 months, that comes to...
$540.
How did you know that so fast?
Well, I happen to have a photographic mind and a mathematical brain, and besides, I pay the same rent as you do, and I spent 2 hours yesterday figuring the whole thing out.
I thought so. But still, even with that coming out, there's still $2,500 left over.
Well, figure it out. You spend money on gas, electricity, clothes, food. Comes to $250. $2,500.
Guess you're right. Imagine spending all that money and not having anything to show for it.
Well, I don't know. When it comes to food, I think you got plenty to show for it.
How about spending $5 a month for a dump like this? Spending $90 a month for our dumps.
Yeah. What are you driving at?
I'll tell you what I'm driving at. For $90 a month, a person could move out of here and get into a real ritzy apartment house.
Now, wait a minute. Look, I can't afford $90 a month. You can't afford $90 a month, so forget the whole thing.
That's right. I can't afford $90 a month, and you can't afford $90 a month. But together we can. If the four of us live together, that's $90 a month. We could get a real ritzy place. All we have to do is look around for an apartment with 2 bedrooms.
I think you got the germ of an idea.
You bet your life I got the germ of an idea. Why, for $90 a month, we could move out of this place, out of this neighborhood. Go into a real classy place like Flushing, where all the swells live.
Well, I think you got a great idea. I mean, I ain't seen your eyes light up like that since your Geiger counter started clicking in Asbury Park. Hey, what about the girls? You think they'll go for this?
Well, they go for it. They love it. Don't you understand? This splits everything for them, too. They split the housework, split the cooking, and besides, they like each other. Alice is nuts about Trixie. Trixie's nuts about Alice. You know, that's the beauty of this thing. It's not like we were strangers. We know each other. I know all your faults. If I had any, you'd know mine. We'd be one big happy family.
Why don't we start looking for the apartment?
Right now. Get that paper.
Where's the... Oh.
Boy, this is beautiful. Norton, I am never going to get used to those glasses.
Well, there you are, folks. That's the whole apartment.
Oh, gee, it's beautiful.
Well, it's all right. Of course, it isn't as nice as what we're used to living in, but...
Yeah, we lost a lot of money in a crash. The crash? The no-cal pizza crash.
Well, you see, I don't want to make a hasty decision on a thing like this. I'd like to have a little time with you.
Perhaps you folks would like to talk it over amongst yourselves. I'll be downstairs in my apartment.
Thank you very much, Mr. Grime.
Thank you.
Well, what do you think, Alice?
Oh, it's just wonderful, Ralph.
Isn't
It's
it
so
great?
bright and roomy.
It's not what we used to, but,
You can cut that now. He's gone. No Cal Pizza Crash.
Ralph, I just love it. Oh, me too, and it's in such a nice neighborhood.
You can say that again. Boy, what a classy address. That's real impressive when we tell our friends, come around and visit us sometime. 23 Mockingbird Lane.
so simple for directions, you know. Tell them how to get here, because Mockingbird Lane is just a continuation of Schultz Avenue.
Yes, well... Isn't it great?
It's so modern.
Yeah,
you know?
that's what I like about the place. You know, it's like living in a world of tomorrow. And did you notice the kitchen? It's in a room all by itself.
That kitchen's a dream. Did you see all the cupboard space?
Yeah, but how about the dumb waiter? No more running down the stairs with the garbage.
I didn't see that.
Oh, come on, Trix. We'll show
Wait a
it to
minute.
you.
What did you call it?
Dumb waiter.
It's a dumb waiter. Not dumb waiter.
That's what I said. Dumb waiter.
You're on your way to the moon, Alice. I'll tell you that. This is it, isn't it, pal?
This is Ritzy.
Hey, Norton. Well, this proves this place has got class. You know the view we got from the window in our old place?
Yeah, the back of a Chinese restaurant.
Take a look at this.
Hey, how about that? The front of a Chinese restaurant.
This place is just perfect. Let's take it.
Well, it's all right with me. How about you folks?
Oh, I'm for it. How about
Oh,
you?
well, sure, I'm in.
All right, it's settled. We'll take it.
Well, first we got to decide who's going to sleep where. Listen, Alice, why don't you and Ralph take the big bedroom, and we'll take the small bedroom.
Oh, no, Trixie, that's ridiculous. Why should we have the big bedroom? You're paying just as much rent as we are. You
You're
take
as
it.
entitled to it as we are, Alice.
Oh,
you
Trixie, don't be
take
silly.
it.
Look,
You take the
we're
big
going to
bedroom.
live together. We got to stop the arguing, so I'll settle this question. We'll take the big bedroom.
Just a minute, do you mind if I interject? We were going to start running this thing like a democracy, you know, like you said. You said if any question or problem arises, that we'd vote on it.
That's right. If any question does arise, we'll vote on it. However, there is no question here. We'll take the big bedroom.
All right. Have it that way if you want, but remember, Ralph, this date, April 9th, 1955, will go down in history as one of the greatest blows to democracy that has ever happened. It's all as you were then, except you are there.
Oh, why don't you
What difference does it make what bedroom you got? If you get the big bedroom, you go in there, it's going to be a little bedroom by the time you get in there.
want to start anything with me? Now, we're taking the apartment, right?
Did you folks make up your minds?
Well,
Well, I'll tell you. See, it's not as... We didn't figure on paying this much rent.
Well, if that's the way you feel, I got some more people downstairs waiting to see.
However, we're going to take the apartment. We're...
Fine. I'll tell you what. I'll tell those people the apartment's all rented, and when you're leaving, you drop by my office, and I'll let you have the key. Eh?
Thank you, Mr. Grimes. Well, that's it. One big happy family.
That's right.
Comrades and rangers. All together. Comrades and rangers.
Folks, I think we're going to be very happy here. It's just like home.
Yeah.
Boy, this is a pleasure. You know, usually every morning at this time I'm running around like mad. Well, the two of us doing the work, getting breakfast is a snap.
Yeah. You know, Alice, I gotta admit it. This idea of Ralph's really was a good one.
Yeah, for once. Hey, Ralph, you better hurry up. You're going to be late for work. Ralph?
What do you mean, hurry up? What do you mean, hurry up? Norton's been in that bathtub now for 20 minutes.
Well, we have to share the bathroom, you know, Ralph.
All right, we'll share the bathroom, but they're abusing a privilege. Last night I wanted to take a bath, Trixie was in there. This morning I want to go in, he's in there for 20 minutes.
Will you be quiet?
No wonder we have towels marked his and hers. We have no need for yours and mine.
Trixie's in the kitchen, Ralph. She'll hear you.
What is she doing in there, taking a bath in the sink?
Why don't you just knock on the door and ask Norton to hurry up?
Ask him, I've asked him. Now I'm going to tell him. Norton! You've been in there for 20 minutes. Now get out of that tub. I
I'm late for work. I'm in a Ralph. We're all found together. Will you stop that thing? Come on, Norton, I'm late.
He's gonna drive me nuts, Alice.
Ralph, don't get yourself so upset.
Upset? Upset? I'm upset. He's not the only one that has to go to work. I gotta go to work too, Alice.
All right, Ralph, from now on, we'll just make out a list, a schedule, that's all. One morning you'll use the bathroom first, the next morning he'll use the bathroom first.
Well, that's the solution to the whole problem. Then I'll only be late every other day.
Ralph, when you share an apartment with people, you have to put up with these minor annoyances. It's just a question of give and take.
Give and take, huh? Oh, I'm gonna give him something.
Norton, you've been in this job for 20 minutes. Come on. Coming on now, Ralph.
He's taking advantage of me, Alice. 20 minutes he's been in there. 20 minutes. You don't mean to tell me that you kept me waiting out here for 20 minutes while you played with a boat knocked out?
I'm sorry, Ralph. I'm sorry it took so long. This was a new boat. We were on a shakedown cruise.
My way.
Alice, I got a feeling that the passengers on bus 802 are going to get theirs today.
Sit down, Ed. I'll get you your orange juice.
Over, hey, Ralph. I dropped the soap someplace. I couldn't find it. You'll have to look for it. What? I said, I don't know where the soap is. I dropped it. I couldn't find it.
I can't hear you. Tell me later.
What happened?
See, you found the soap.
Don't get excited, Norton. I'm not gonna get mad.
You're not?
Not gonna lose my temper.
No?
Not even gonna yell. No, sir. Eat it! Eat it! I'm the one that I can't stop!
Stop picking on him, you big fat tub!
I'm picking on him!
Ralph, you better go take your bath. You're going to be late for work. Now, come on, honey. Take your bath. Take your towel.
Oh, yes.
I don't know why he's always picking on you. He blames you for everything.
Yeah. Sometimes he's such a bully.
Excuse then.
Thanks.
Hello, Ralph. Aren't you going to take your bath?
There's no hot water now.
I don't understand that. There was plenty when I took a bath.
Oh, why don't you shut up?
Ralph, there's no time anyhow for you to take a bath. You're going to be late for work, so just sit down, take your juice, and I'll bring you the rest of your breakfast.
Wait a minute.
Don't talk to me. I'm not talking to you.
But, Ralph...
Shut up! Well, am I going to get my breakfast this morning or tomorrow morning?
Coming right up. There, they're nice and hot.
Did you ever stop to think that I might have wanted one of those waffles?
Well, I just figured that Trixie was going to make some more, and that yours would be hotter by the time they get here, and you want one of these?
I don't like them with syrup on them. Now, let me tell you something, Norton. When we came in here, we decided to split everything 50-50. But you're going a little too far, see? You're thinking only of yourself. All you do is grab. Last night for dinner, Trixie brought out 2 baked potatoes on a plate. One was a large one was a small one. Right away, you got to grab. Which one did you grab? The big one. That's the difference between you and me, Norton. If I grabbed first, I would have grabbed the little one.
You would have?
Yes, I would have. But what are you complaining about? You got the little one. Some more waffles.
How come you ate those already?
I didn't touch them. Henry VIII got them ahead of me.
Time to make any more waffles. Do you realize it's almost 7:45?
7:45? I'm going to be late for work.
I'll fill your thermos.
Come on, Norton. You got to get to work the same time I do.
No, I don't. I'm not going to work today. Today's my day off.
Today was your day off?
Yeah.
Do you mean to tell me that you kept me waiting out here for 20 minutes while you played with a boat in the top and today was your day off? All right, put him up.
Well, I thought you knew it.
Put him up, let it go.
I had to take a bath on the day I'm going to work in the sewer.
Put him up, I said. Get him up. What's going on? What's going on? He took my breakfast. He stayed in the bathtub for 20 minutes, and he doesn't even have to go to work. It's his day off. Now look, Norton, put him up!
You wouldn't dare hit a man with glasses on. You wouldn't dare!
Hey, Alice, come here a minute.
Yeah?
Get a load of this. There's an ad for our old apartment. They didn't lose any time trying to rent it, did they?
What does it say, Ralph?
Get a load of this. 2 choice apartments in modern building. 2.5 rooms each. All rooms bright and airy. Convenient to transportation, churches, and schools. Call Superintendent at Flatbush 25831. This is a steal. Hurry, hurry, hurry.
You're darn right they better hurry. That building's liable to collapse any minute. Hey, Ralph, I was just thinking, why don't the 4 of us take in a movie tonight?
Nah, Alice, I don't feel like going anyplace. I just think that I'll take a warm bath and go to bed.
Well, you can't take a bath right now, Ralph. Trixie's taking one.
She is in the water more than a flounder is. We've been here 3 days now, and I've yet to see the inside of that bathroom.
Ralph, she'll be out in a minute. Now, please don't start anything.
Start anything? What are you doing, Norton?
Just taking a little oxygen in the lungs. I do it every night. It's the best thing in the world.
Will you shut that window? It's freezing in here.
All right. Why, that egg foo young is coming in pretty strong tonight. Ralph, what do you say we do a little, bowling tonight?
Nah. I want a quiet evening at home. I'm beat.
Yeah? Well, I can understand how you feel. I'm a little bush myself. Rough day.
Are you all finished, Puppy Campo? Why don't you find something to read and sit down and be quiet?
All right, all right.
To make a racket with everything you do. Can't you be quiet?
All right.
Hold it.
Why?
Put that apple back.
Why?
Put the apple back.
What for?
I'll tell you what for. When we moved in here, we were supposed to share things 50-50. However, you have been eating 90% of the food.
Oh, I haven't been eating that much.
Oh, you haven't, huh? When I went to work this morning, this bowl was full of apples. You were home all day. I come back, there's only 2 left. Where did the rest of them go?
Well, don't blame me. Alice and Trixie made a pie.
Oh. Well, where's the pie? That's what I'm talking about, Norton. Either you pay more or you eat less.
I don't eat so much.
Well, then who's eating it?
I rest my case.
I'm not the one that's eating it, Norton. I watched you tonight. 4 pork chops. 4 pork chops!
What are you complaining about? You'd had 6.
What are you counting?
You want to take a look at this? I think it's broken.
Let me take a look at it.
Wait a minute. She asked me to look at it. Oh, won't it light up?
No.
It's broke, all right.
I knew that. Is there anything you can do to fix it?
Let me take a look at it. I know what your trouble is there. The rheostat conductor is not making proper contact with the electrode coils.
Rheostat conductor's not making.
What does that mean?
There's a screw loose.
Screw loose, all right, but it's not on the toaster.
I will ignore the uninformed layman. Alice, you got any screwdriver around here?
I guess there's one around someplace. I don't know where it is, Ed.
Hey, wait a minute. I use the knife.
All right.
Yeah. Now just press down on that screw there. Just hold it light. I gotta plug it in. Hold it light. Don't press down too hard. Just press and just plug it in. Pretty good bus driver, but you're a bum conductor.
And shut up, you, or I'll report you to the superintendent.
I am the superintendent.
Are you satisfied now, Ralph? Will you try and keep the noise down a little bit? All the neighbors have been complaining.
Not my fault, it's his fault.
I don't care whose fault it is. Just try to be more quiet.
Ralph, I was just thinking of something. It was all right in the old place. When I was in your place there, you could throw me out. But right here, I paid just as much rent as you do. Half of it. I may wind up throwing you out of here. I'm not getting out of here.
You put that plug in that wall, and this set goes goes out the window.
Hey, what's been going on out here? What was all that noise?
He won't let me look at the television. He pulled the plug out of the wall.
Well, you don't have to take that from him. Put it back in. Well, if you don't, I will.
If that plug goes back in the wall, man, woman, and television set go out the window.
Crandon, you're nothing but a big bully. Ever since we moved in here, all you've done is pick on poor Ed.
I'm picking on poor Ed.
Yeah, what's going
I'm
on
picking
here
on
now?
poor Ed.
I'll tell you what's wrong, Alice. Ever since we moved in here, he's been picking on Ed. He just won't leave him alone.
I'm picking on him. I'm picking on him. Get a load of that. Sure, I'm picking on him. Everything I do disturbs him. I had the goal tonight. The goal to read the paper while he was playing a mamba on the table. Not only that, but I had the goal to run out without my breakfast this morning. I also had to go to work without my bath. That's what I did to him.
You didn't have to go to work without your bath, Ralph. You could have stopped by the circus. They wouldn't mind bathing one more elephant.
Just a minute. Maybe my Ralph is no doll to live with, but your Ed isn't taking any medals either, you know. I've been watching what's been going on in this apartment ever since we moved in. Your Ed hasn't given Ralph one moment's peace. He's been running around this apartment like a 12-year-old. Why doesn't he act his age, for heaven's sakes? He's an adult, you know. Why doesn't he act grown up?
At least my husband's grown up, not blown up.
All right, you take her, I'll take him. Put him up. Just put him up.
Well, I see you at it again, huh? When you moved in here, you said you were going to be nice, quiet tenants. But ever since you've been here, I've heard nothing but fighting and yelling and blasting the television set. I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you people to vacate the premises. What does that mean?
Oh! Well, that suits me just fine. I wouldn't live with him for another minute.
That goes double for me.
I'll be expecting you out of here as soon as possible.
Don't worry, I can't get out too soon. I knew this would be impossible with you two. All right, come on. We'll go back to our old apartment. They haven't rented it yet. Get going. Pack up. Come on, pack up. What's the matter with you, Alice?
I'll tell you what's the matter, Ralph. For once in your life, you had a good idea. A very good idea. We move into a beautiful apartment in a nice neighborhood. Trixie and I had it a little easier this way, too, sharing the work, you know. Everything could have been just wonderful. But no, you two boys, you gotta start acting like babies, arguing and fighting over absolutely nothing from morning until night.
Well, Alice...
Oh, shut up. You know she's absolutely right.
Boy, when I think of how it could have been. No, you two boys have to spoil everything. Can't you think of us once in a while?
All right, I guess you're right. It's my fault. I think of people, but all the time the people of me.
Oh.
I just think of myself. It's all my fault, and I'm sorry.
Wait a minute, Ralph. I've been thinking about it, too. It's my fault.
No, pal, look. It's nice of you to try to take the blame, but it's my fault.
No, I know. I know whose fault it is. It's my fault.
No, there's no sense arguing. It's all my fault.
I guess you're right. It's all your fault.
That's what I've been saying. What do you mean, all my fault? What do you mean, all my fault? Weren't you in that bathtub the first day we were here? For 20 minutes down on the boat?
Oh, who started the big fight over such a little thing as an apple?
An apple? When I'm trying to listen to the radio, you come in here and put the television set on?
Who blasted the radio when I was trying to listen to the television?
That's all. Put him out. Put him out. Now get out of the way.
I'm going nuts. I tell you.
Penrose for assembly. Vote for Penrose, the people's choice.
Hi, Alan. Oh, hi, Chris. Boy, this neighborhood's really jumping, isn't it? I'll say. This is the hottest election I've seen since we lived here. come down there on the corner. Yeah, Alice, I've never seen the boys take such an interest in an election before. They've gone all out for this Penrose. Rallies and parades and passing out buttons and leaflets. Why, they haven't been home one night in the past 3 weeks.
I know. I'll certainly be glad when this thing's over.
Yeah. Say, Alice, when are you going down to vote?
Well, as soon as Ralph gets home, I thought I'd give him a bite to eat, and then we'll be all ready to go.
Well, why don't I do the same thing with Ed, and we can all go together?
That's a good idea.
Well, I'll run up and I'll start fixing a bite. I'll see you later, Alice.
All right, Trix.
Well, all I can tell you, Norton, is that Penrose has to win an... Norton!
Yeah, coming up.
Norton, will you come on? What were you doing?
I was having a little fun. On the way up there, I stopped by at Grogan's apartment. I knocked on the door, you know. When he answered the door, I said, Uncle Sam wants you.
Well, I'm glad you did that, Norton. You know, that Grogan, he is not voting for Penrose. He's voting for that other bum, Harper.
Well, in that case, we scored a victory, Ralph, because the way he went down, he's not going to wake up before the polls close.
Boy, wasn't that some parade.
Oh, boy, you can say that again.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, Penrose wins it in a landslide. Did you notice when we went by the pool room, all the guys come running out? They were yelling and cheering on the sidewalk. They're for him 100%.
Well, they were yelling, Ralph, but they weren't exactly cheering, I don't think. They, was
What do you mean?
Well, there was a little steam. The band music was drowning out the race results.
Well, all I know is that guy is in. He's got all the influential groups behind him. Take, for instance, now the pool room guys. They're all for him.
Yeah.
The whole bunch down at the bowling alley's for him.
Yeah.
The guys over at the Fascination Bar and Grill, they're for him.
Yeah.
The whole mob over at the pizzeria, they're for him.
Oh, yeah. I'm telling you, it's a cinch, Ralph. I mean, they're pretty influential groups.
Now look at the other side of it. Who's against them? The Teachers Association? The Selective Voters Committee? The League for Better Government?
Yeah. Hey, I mean, who are they? Who are they? Just a small segment of biased citizenry.
You're absolutely right. Well, I'll tell you one thing. If Penrose gets elected, which he will, he has nobody to thank for us. We work real hard for him.
Oh, you can say that again, Ralph. Yeah, I worked hard at campaigning for Penrose than I did on my own job. Boy, I come home every night there to change my clothes, knocking on the doors there, going out and parade there, and they're handing out those leaflets and the Penrose buttons.
There's no doubt about it, Norton. You did your share to elect Penrose. Well, come on, pal. Run upstairs, get dressed. We'll go right down to the polls and vote.
What? Vote? I'm not going to vote.
What do you mean you're not going to vote? You're not going to vote? What were you in the parades and the rallies for?
Well, the parade and the rallies, that's a lot of fun, but getting all dressed up in your good clothes, going down to the polls and vote, that's too much trouble.
Trouble? Trouble? Yes, trouble. For your information, you don't know what trouble is. Do you know what trouble some people went to have you get the privilege to vote?
What are you talking about?
I'll tell you what I'm talking about. In 1620, a small band of people called the Pilgrims left England in a ship sailing for America. And it wasn't an easy trip either. The waves were going up and down. They were all getting sick. They hardly had anything to eat. A couple of times they wanted to turn back. But did they? No. They forged ahead. Finally, they landed in America. They had to fight the Indians. It was freezing to death. They had to cut down trees to build log cabins to live in. They had little pieces of corn to eat. And do you know why they did all that? Just so you would have the privilege of voting. Now, what have you got to say to that?
Well, if they'd have known about me, they could have saved themselves a trip.
You're voting, Norton. Now go upstairs and get dressed.
Ralph, look.
Get upstairs and get dressed.
Hey, Ralph, when you were saying about the The pilgrims coming over in a boat, and it's rough weather. And when they got on the shore, they had to fight the Indians and to chop down the trees to make the houses, and all they had to eat was little bits of corn. Aren't those the guys that started Thanksgiving? Yes. Why? Get out of here! Hey! Vote for Penrose! Vote for Penrose! Penrose is the man to elect!
What are you doing?
Oh, hi. Penrose! I had a few circulars left over. I thought I'd do a little last-minute campaigning. Now, look, get the supper on the table, and we'll get down to the polls, and we'll vote.
It's all ready, Ralph. Just sit down.
All right, hon. Did you hear about the campaign suggestion I made down at the pizzeria?
No, what was that, Ralph?
I told them every time they served the pizza to spell out vote for Penrose with the anchovies. Pretty good, isn't it? They went, oh, by the way, when we go down to the polls tonight, I want you to wear that button.
I can't wear this button, Ralph.
Why not?
I'm not voting for Penrose. I'm for Harper.
Oh. You're for who?
I'm for Harper.
You can't be for Harper. I'm for Penrose, and I'm your husband. Everybody knows that a wife has to vote the same way that her husband votes. It's been going on for years.
Oh, that's absolutely ridiculous, Ralph. A woman votes the way she wants to vote, not the way her husband tells her to.
How come all of a sudden you want to vote for Harper? I know why you want to vote for him. I know why you want to vote for him. Because he's handsome, that's why. Because he's got a mustache. That's all you women ever vote for, mustaches. It's a good thing Jerry Colonna isn't running for office. Boy, it proves what I've always said. Women know nothing about politics.
They know a lot more than you think, Ralph. It took me a long time before I made up my mind. I'm voting for Harper because he has promised to build a recreation area by floating a bond issue. He's for decentralization of the budget authority, and he also is for broadening the antitrust laws.
That proves it. Women know nothing about politics.
All right, Ralph, if you're so smart, why are you voting for Penrose?
Why? 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 I'll tell you why. And they're for better reasons than you're voting for the other guy with the floating the decentralization stuff. Got a plenty of good reasons.
All right, name one.
He has promised to collect the garbage twice a week. There's one.
Oh, Ralph.
Don't overrate me. I got other reasons, too, you know. He's held many important political offices, and he's done a lot for us when he's been in this district.
Like what, Ralph?
Like what?
Mm-hmm.
You want a thing where he did for us in the district?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll give you a what thing. How about when the schools, there you are, the schools. Remember when they needed paint in the school? It was all peeling and everything? Who passed the thing so they'd paint the school? Penrose, that's who did it. And he wasn't finished there, no sir. He didn't leave the job undone. Just to make sure that it was painted right, he had his own company paint it. And furthermore, it was no hurry-up job either. He had 14 coats put on that school. Now, you tell me what Mr. Harper's done for our district.
A lot of things, Ralph.
Hmm?
For one thing, he happens to be for slum clearance. He's going to clear away all the slums.
You're going to vote for a man that's going to clear away the slums and take the roof from over our heads? What's the matter with you? You are voting for Penrose.
I am voting for Harper because he happens to be for people like us, not like your man Penrose.
Harper isn't for people like us, Alice. Harper's for the big shot. Penrose is for the little man. And that's what I am, Alice. I'm a little man. A little man. Don't you dare say it. I don't want to hear any more arguing. You're voting for Penrose. You sure have a small memory, all right. What's the matter? Have you forgotten the Depression? Don't you remember what he did for us when he was in the council then? Penrose said to the little kids, go down to the railroad yards, yell at the engineers, have them throw coal at you, bring it home. That kept us warm many a night, Alice. Now, you're voting for Penrose.
I am voting for Harper, Ralph. You are the one that seems to have forgotten something.
I have forgotten nothing. You're the one that forgot depression.
Forgot the depression? I didn't even know it was over.
Oh, start anything. Now you're voting.
You know why the Pilgrims came over here.
I don't want to know from the Pilgrims. I don't want to know from nothing. You're voting for Penrose, and that's it.
I don't care what you say, Ralph. I don't want to hear another thing. I am going to vote for Harper.
Alice, get ready. Ed's just finished dressing, and he'll be down in a minute.
Yes, Trixie, we're ready.
Oh, good. Say, Mrs. Manicotti wants to go with us, so I'll run and tell her that we're ready to go, huh?
Well, why don't you stop and get Mrs. Stevens? She'd probably like to go with us, too.
Oh, well, she'd like to, but she can't vote this year.
Why not?
Will you believe this? She forgot to register.
Oh, imagine anybody forgetting to register. Come on, Ralph, get your coat. We're ready to go.
I can't go.
Why not?
Well, I was so busy with the campaigns and getting in the parades and everything, I forgot to register. Boy, what a most I am. The big campaigner. Running around, throwing out posters, yelling for everybody. Forget to register. And I got the gall to tell you who to vote for. Look, Alice, you better hurry up and get down to the polls. And just because I vote for a guy, it's no reason that you should vote for him. You vote for anybody you want. It's your privilege, and you deserve your privilege. Go ahead.
I love you, Ralph.
Baby, you're the greatest.
Keep it down.
I forgot. Is he asleep?
I hope so. I haven't heard a peep out of him for the past 20 minutes.
Oh, good. Oh, say, Alice, Ed's right in the middle of having his breakfast, and I ran out of milk, so could I borrow some? Thanks. Say, how long is this thing going to keep up?
Oh, I don't know, Trix, but it's making a nervous wreck out of me. With Ralph working nights and sleeping days, our whole life is mixed up.
Oh, I know what you're going through, Alice. Ed was on the night shift once, and it was murder.
Oh. Well, the trouble with Ralph is he just can't seem to sleep in the daytime. The slightest little noise disturbs him. I don't think he's had over 4 hours sleep since he started on the night shift.
Oh, well, don't worry, Alice. He'll get used to it. My Ed was just the same way about it, you know.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought you were asleep.
Oh, you thought I was asleep? Well, as a matter of fact, I was going to sleep. But then, just as I was dropping off, I figured I'd better not, and I got out of bed. You know, I figured if I was snoring, well, I might interrupt you and her and your blabbing.
Oh, Ralph, you mean you could hear us?
Oh, I couldn't hear you. I was reading your lips through the keyhole. Certainly I could hear you.
I don't know what he's getting so excited about. We were only whispering.
All right, whispering Jack Smith. Out!
I'll see you later, Alice.
All right, Trixie. Ralph, you didn't have to act like that.
What do you mean I didn't have to act like that? How am I supposed to act? Boy, you don't know what it is to go 3 days without any sleep. I'm going nuts. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll never get any sleep as long as I'm on that night shift.
Oh, Ralph, you're just going to have to get used to it.
What do you mean, get used to it? 40 years I've been practicing sleeping at night. Now you want me to get used in 3 days to sleeping in the daytime. Freddie Muller's to blame for this. The big dispatcher, the big man. He had to switch me to the night shift.
Now, Ralph, if you get yourself all worked up this way, you're not going to be able to go to sleep. Now, come on. Go back to bed and give it another try.
All right. I'll give it another try. Give it another try. But I don't want to hear one sound, Alice. Not one sound from this room. I don't want you stamping around. I don't want you shutting any doors. I don't even want you to breathe.
All right, Ralph. I'll be as quiet as I possibly can.
I don't care about quiet as possibly can. I don't want you to breathe.
If I don't breathe, I'll faint.
That's okay, but don't make any noise when you hit the floor. Trumpet at this time of night, or day, or whatever time it is. I tell you, I'm going nuts. I gotta get some sleep.
Listen, Ralph, they're just perfectly ordinary daytime noises. You can't expect people to change their whole lives, just because you're working at night. You know what the trouble is, Ralph, with you? You're trying too hard to go to sleep. You're trying so hard, Ralph, you can't relax. Now, if you just put everything out of your mind and not think about a thing and just relax, you'd fall asleep in no time.
Maybe you're right. Maybe I'm trying too hard.
That's right. Of course you are. Now sit down, honey, and just put everything out of your mind. Just relax. Shall I make you a glass of warm milk?
That's another thing. Will you stop with that warm milk? Do you know how much milk I drank in 3 days? I must have drank 60 gallons. Not only am I working nights, I got the cows working nights.
All right, Ralph, we'll forget about the warm milk. Wait a minute. I think I know something that'll relax you.
I hope so.
Ah, that's perfect. Now, sweetheart, you just close your eyes. Don't think about a thing. Just forget everything. Only thing you should think about, Ralph, are tall green trees, beautiful field with a babbling brook, and the only sound that you hear, Ralph, is the soft, soft music of a lullaby. It's all so quiet and peaceful, it's just like another world. Peace and quiet. Ralph? Oh, that's wonderful, sweetheart. Fast asleep. I'll just fix your bed and you'll be all set.
Hey, I'll be right. Hold it! Get that boat! Take the boat away! Hold it! Hold it! Put him up! Put him up! Oh, what did I do? What did I do? Get him up!
What's going on?
say, hey, drop it by!
Oh, Ed.
Well, how did I know you was sleeping? You know, we got a funny habit upstairs. We sleep in bed.
Now we're going to have to start all over again.
There's no use of starting all over again. I'm never going to get any sleep. This whole thing's crazy. My life's backwards. Getting up at 6 o'clock at night and having orange juice and cornflakes. Coming home at 6 o'clock in the morning and having egg roll and chicken chow mein.
What's wrong with that? So do I. Why don't you shut up?
Ed, don't you have to go to work?
Oh, no, Alice. I got plenty of time. They're not too particular about punctuality in the sewer, Alice. Matter of fact, they figure it's lucky if we just show up at all.
What am I going to do?
Hey, Ralph, if you're having so much trouble about this night shift, why don't you just ask them to switch you back to days?
I already asked him. That Freddie Muller, the dispatcher, the big man, he's keeping me on the night shift. That bum. But he ain't getting away with it. Wait till I get my hands on him.
Just wait a minute. Just calm down before you do anything rash, Ralph. Maybe you better sleep on it first.
You hear him, Alice?
Now, Ralph, don't get yourself all worked up. Look, I'm going to go down to Mrs. Manicotti's. Maybe she's got a sedative or something for you.
Good idea. Look. I can sympathize with you, Ralph. I know about this night shift. I know it's murder. My father used to be on it for years and years. Boy, he'd be working all night, and he'd come home at 6 o'clock in the morning. And before we were even up, he'd have to go to bed, Then we'd be out all day. He'd be sleeping. Then when it come nighttime, we'd be in bed and asleep before he even got up. This went on for 25 years. Then one day, all of a sudden, he ups and quits.
Couldn't take it, huh?
No, it wasn't that. The company wanted to send him to Akron. He couldn't stand the thought of being separated from his family.
Yeah, you're gone. You're gone. You're way out there. Way out. And I'm going to be further out if I don't get some sleep.
Listen, Ralph, you know why you can't sleep? You're not used to the daytime noises and the sunlight. You're used to it when it's quiet and dark. You know what I mean?
Don't you think that I know that?
Yeah, but what you got to do is figure some way to shut out the sunlight and the daytime noises and make it just like night. Then you get some sleep.
Now, exactly how do you expect me to accomplish that?
Very simple. We'll just get some kind of a blindfold to put in front of your eyes, then it'll be nice and dark, and then we'll get something to put in your ears, and it'll be nice and quiet, and you'll be asleep in no time.
That might work.
Certainly it'll work.
Look, get a towel or something to wrap around my eyes. I'll get some absorbent cotton for my ears. Now we're cooking. Here, I got some cotton.
I got some towel.
Where are you?
Down there. No cheating now, no cheating.
Some towel.
Wait a minute now. Now, can you see anything?
No.
All right, that's good. Now hold, don't move the blindfold. I'll put some cotton in your ears here. Then after I get the... Stop that! After I get the cotton in your ears, Ralph, I'm going to holler at you, see? To see if you hear anything. Now, wait a minute. Hold it now.
Hey, Ralphie! Ralphie boy, it's Ed Norton singing. Can you hear me, Ralph? Over and out. Over and out. Hey, Ralphie!
Could you hear me?
No, I couldn't.
Well, that's good. Then it's working. Look, thanks. Now I'm going to...
appreciate this very, very much.
Hey, a sweet kid.
I'm going to take you to the bedroom now. You'll be asleep in no time. In about 5 minutes. Follow me, Ralph. I'll be right with you. Where are you, Norton?
Where you at?
I'll be right down there. Hey, Ralphie.
Get out of here! What did you get out of here? The blindfold! Out!
uses when she has trouble sleeping.
I don't want any sleeping pills.
It's not a sleeping pill, Ralph. It's just a mild sedative to help calm your nerves.
I don't want any.
Oh, by the way, Mrs. Manicotti said she had an idea that might help you.
What?
Well, she said, why don't you put cotton in your ears and wear a blindfold? Ralph, what is the matter with you?
Now, look, Alice. I'm going in that room, and I'm going to bed. And if I hear one sound on the whole block, I'm holding you responsible. On the whole block. Anybody in this district, this county. If a mouse sneezes, it's your fault. Remember that?
Oh, hiya, Freddie.
Hi, Alice.
What are you doing here?
Oh, I just dropped by to tell Ralph the good news.
Good news?
Yeah, it took a lot of doing, but I pulled a few strings. I finally got Ralph back working days.
Oh, Freddie, that's wonderful. He'll be so happy.
Yeah, well, you better tell him. I got to run along.
Oh, no, stay and have a cup of coffee with us. I know Ralph will want to thank you himself.
Okay, thanks. I will.
Ralph! Ralph!
Are you crazy? Are you crazy? You must be insane, that's all. That's the only way I can figure it. You're insane. I finally get to sleep after 3 days. You've got to call. Ralph. I expect this from Norton. He's a nut. He could get away with a traffic ticket by pleading insanity. But you, I should expect more intelligence from you. This is a conspiracy, Alice. You and Norton and that bum, Freddie Muller.
Ralph.
Don't tell me but Ralph.
Ralph.
That's what he is, a bum. Hey, bum. That's what Freddie Muller is. Hey, bum. Are you afraid? Hi, Fred. What are you doing here?
He came here, Ralph, to tell you that he's put you back to working days.
Oh, ain't that nice?
That's what I come here to tell you. But I changed my mind. You wouldn't want to be working days with a bum. No. And as long as I'm with the office, with the bus office, you'll be working nights. You know, I got no compunction about doing this, Ralph. You know why? Because I'm a bum. Bum.
Ralph, why did you have to go ahead and say all those things? I was trying to keep you quiet, Ralph. Why? Why did you have to say them?
Very simple. I got a big mouth! What are you looking for, Alex?
Oh, hi, Ralph. I'm just looking for the, Oh, you found it.
Found it? Found what? Oh, this. I didn't find that. That's just an Italian haircut. I wish you'd be more careful, Alice.
I'm sorry, Ralph. Here, give it to me. How'd your day go today, Ralph?
Don't start that either.
Why? What happened?
What happened? I don't know how much longer I can go on driving the bus. That's all I know. Everybody's going nuts. They're all gone. They're way out there. Gone. Go down to the depot. I get the bus this morning. I get in, start on my route up Madison Avenue. Get around 43rd Street. 2 guys get on. They're in tuxedos. You know, out to a party all night. Big celebrants. Well, where they got to sit? Right in back of me. Now, one guy is stoned like I've never seen anybody stoned. And the other guy is yapping, talking all the time. He's got to lean over to me. He says, will you be careful how you drive the bus, pal? He says, I don't want my friend Harvey to fall down and hurt himself. I pay no attention to him, pay my own business. Go down Madison Ave, pick up a couple of people. He leans over again. Hey, pal, take it careful. I don't want my friend Harvey to fall down. Well, I got pretty sore, So I roused on him. I said, what do you mean, your friend Harvey? How's he going to fall down and hurt himself? You're sitting alongside him with your arm around him. He says, oh, this ain't Harvey. This is George. Harvey's up in the roof. I'm telling you, it's like driving an ambulance for Bellevue.
I know. Well, just forget about it, honey. You'll feel better after you've had something to eat.
Oh, give me supper fast, will you? I'm going bold.
All right, Ralph. Over the rainbow, way up high, birds fly over the rainbow.
Judy Garland,
What?
I would like to ask you a question. Did I or did I not ask you when I left the house this morning to please sew my bowling socks?
Oh, I'm sorry, Ralph. I meant to sew them, but I've been awful busy.
What do you mean busy? What do you mean busy, Alice? What could you have that's more important to do? What could be a bigger job than sewing my socks?
I was sewing your pants.
You're going over that rainbow, all right, I'll tell you that.
Come in.
Telegram for Crandon.
Ralph?
What is it?
It's a telegram, Ralph.
Telegram? Would you mind signing here, mister?
All right, what are you waiting for? Oh.
A dime?
I'm doing my job to hold down inflation. Now get out of here. Wise guy.
Ralph, you think it's bad news? Maybe somebody in the family's sick or something.
Why do you always have to look at things like that, Alice? Why must you always look at the dark side? Maybe somebody's sick. You ever stop to think there might be some good luck in the telegram?
Well, I guess you're right, Ralph.
Well, if you feel that way about it, you open it.
No, Ralph, please, you open it.
Oh, baby. Oh, baby! Alice, sit down, because you're going to faint.
Well, what is it?
Sit down, I'm telling you.
Why?
Do you remember telling me a few times that I was a mopes and a dope for taking chances? For getting tickets on Raffle? Remember how you used to say to me, you're a dope, Rob. What are you ever going to win? You're just throwing your money away. Well, I bought a lot of tickets and I lost a lot of time. Other people were getting prizes, but I wasn't. But with your yapping and yelling, you still didn't stop me, because I kept buying tickets, and I kept getting raffle tickets. Well, it's finally paid off. I have got mine.
Ralph, you mean you won something?
Just listen to this. Mr. Ralph Crandon, 328 Chauncey Street, Brooklyn, New York. Congratulations on winning prize in Teresa Grata Service League raffle. Delivery will be made to your home this evening. Doreen Lewis, chairman of the raffle committee.
Oh, Ralph, that's wonderful.
And do you know what the prize is?
No.
First prize happens to be a 1957 four-door sedan deluxe.
Ralph!
How about that?
You mean you want a car?
I certainly did.
Oh!
I'm telling you. That's something I've always wanted, Alice, a car. You know what a car means to us? Our whole life has changed now. Now we can go any place we want. When we go on a vacation, we don't have to worry about train reservations, plane reservations. Just throw everything in the back of the car and away we go. And when we want to see your sister, drive over to the west side, boom, right up to the Bronx.
Oh,
Beautiful.
Ralph, I can hardly believe it.
Oh, this gives you a feeling of independence. You know how I had to borrow the car all the time from Cassidy, wherever we were going? Remember that time, for instance, you had the broken ankle? Mm-hmm. And I had to go to Cassidy and borrow his car to take you over to the hospital? And the time we went on a bus picnic, I had to borrow Cassidy's car to go to that. And that time when we went to the auction over in Jersey to get the new mattress, I had to borrow Cassidy's car for that. Well, this changes the whole thing. Now I don't even have to talk to that bum Cassidy.
Oh, Ralph, I can't wait to see the car.
Oh, hey, listen, it'll be here any minute. Look, as soon as it gets here, I'll take you for a spin.
All right.
So get supper ready right away and I'll get dressed. Hey, I forgot to tell you.
Yeah.
How do you think I took this ticket?
I don't know.
Pure chance. Absolute luck. I'm coming out of the bowling alley, see, one night with Norton. Mm-hmm. Now, there's a brand new car standing right in front of the door. And it's got a sign on it that says, give to charity and win this car. Well, it was 50 cents a chance, and all I had in change was 25 cents. So I says to Norton, come on, Norton. I says, chip in a quarter with me, and we'll both take a chance in the car, Well, he didn't want to do it. Well, he starts arguing. I said, come on. Finally talking into him. I only had a quarter in change. That's how I got the ticket. A little thing like that. Isn't that remarkable? A whole car all my own.
Ralph?
Yeah?
If you and Norton went partners, then he owns half of the car, doesn't he?
Yeah. He owns half of the car! Oh, no.
Well, certainly he does. He bought half of the tickets.
No. He can't own it.
Well, now, Ralph, come on. You got to go call Norton and get him down here and tell him the good news.
But...
There are no buts, Ralph. Call Ed down right now or else I will.
Look, I don't have to call him down now, do I? Can't I tell him tomorrow? Let me have the car just one night without that nut.
Now, you call him, Ralph, or I'm going to.
All right, I'll call him. Look, the car's going to be here any minute. We don't have to have dinner here. Get dressed right away, and I'll take you for a bucket of steamed clams over in Jersey.
All right, Ralph. But call Ed now.
All right. Don't you trust me? Norton! Come on down here! Hey there.
Hey, there, Uncle Boy, what's up? What do you want to see me for?
Hiya, Norton. Norton? I have a confession to make. I've just been thinking. My conscience is beginning to bother me, and I might as well get it off my mind.
What are you talking about, anyway?
You recall an incident that took place a couple of months ago with you and I? We were over in Mellacrina's bowling alley. We came out right in front of the bowling alley. There was a brand new car with a sign on it that says, give to charity, win a car.
Yeah.
Remember, 50 cents a chance?
Yeah.
And I only had a quarter. So I said to you, come on, put the quarter in with me. We'll take a chance together.
Yeah.
And you didn't want to do it, but I insisted on it.
Yeah.
You gave me the quarter. We both bought the ticket together. Right, pal?
So what?
That's what's killing me. I'll tell you why. Why should I talk a dear friend like mine, like you, into buying a raffle ticket? What kind of a chance have we got to win a car amongst all the tickets that they sell? That's what's been bothering my conscience, Norton. So, pal, I want to give you a quarter back and call it all off. We want to go! We want to go! We want to go! We want to go! Where's the car?
Give a man a horse he can ride. Hey, we want to go! Down the highway, down the... We want a car, Alfie boy!
You're satisfied? I told them.
Congratulations, Ed.
Thank you, Alice. You know, if it hadn't been for Alfie here, I wouldn't have been in on this car deal. I didn't want to buy the chance, right, Ralph? The chance was selling for 50 cents, see, but I didn't want to buy a chance, right, Ralph? But he talked me into it, see? So I said to him, look, Ralph, why don't you break $1, see? Right, Ralph? But he didn't want to. He said, I want my old pal...
Why don't you shut up? Well, you see what you've done? You see what I got to put up with? Hey, listen. You know what we got to do, Sunday? We have to get into the car and drive over to your mother's. I want to see her kiss her when I pull up in a new car.
Oh, that's wonderful, Ralph. Listen.
Pardon me, sir. Excuse me. Go ahead, ladies first.
Thank you, Ed. Where's the ticket? Because when the guy comes, we got to have the ticket, Ralph.
Oh, that's right. I got it right ahead. Good thinking, Alice. I wouldn't
Hey, Ed, I got to put this stuff away. We're not going to eat it now. How does it feel to be part owner of a brand new car?
Well, I tell you, Alice, if it hadn't been for Ralphie, boy, I wouldn't have been in on this car deal at all. You know, like I told you before, he talked me into it.
Uh-huh.
But I'm glad he did because now we want a car. Hurry up there, Ralph. Bring your tickets out in there.
I got them. I keep all my raffle tickets in this box.
What do we look for?
Here, you look through those. You look through those. Now, we're looking for the Teresa Grata service lease.
Teresa Grata. Hey, Ralph. Look at this one. This must be an old one. It says first prize 1932 Essex. You can throw this one away, they'll let you know.
All right.
Get a load of the charity here. The League to add chlorine to the Passaic River.
All right. Wait a minute. Here it is.
There it is, my boy.
There is our passport to the highway.
Well, hey, no wonder we won on this ticket. It's got my lucky number here. 264-933-20698876.
All right. Never mind. Hey, now don't forget, Sunday is a date to see the kisser on your old lady when we drive up.
Oh, she'll be so excited,
You'll be
Ralph.
fractured. Wait a minute. Pardon me, sir. I happen to have plans to use the car this Sunday. I was figuring on taking a spin down to the Aberdeen Proving Grounds in Maryland. I understand they're running a test on dum-dum bullets.
You can forget the dum-dum bullets, dum-dum, because I'm using the car Sunday.
Now, look, Ralph, I don't like to push my weight around because I admit that you got me completely outclassed in our department. But don't forget, I own half the car, and I'm using the car this Sunday.
This is your fault, Alice. Your fault. You told me to tell her. Now, look, I'm using the car Sunday.
I'm using the car Sunday, Ralph. Well,
All
let's just
right,
work out a little
boys.
plan.
Don't argue about it. Work something out between the two of you.
What?
We're
All right.
sharing the
All right.
car.
Suppose I let you have the car some days, and I take the car some days.
That's all right. If it's going to be fair and square, I'll agree to that.
Well, would you say it's fair and square if I were to take 2 days and you were to have 5 days?
Well, that's more than fair, Ralph. That's very good of you.
All right. You got the car Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I have the car Saturday and Sunday.
Hey, wait a minute. What do I want the car Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday for? I work them days. You take the car 5 days and give me the car 2 days.
All right, I'll take the car 5 days, and you can have 2 days. Your days are Wednesday and Thursday.
Ralph?
Will you stay out of this?
Just stay out of it, Alice. I got my 2 days.
Ralph, this is going to be fair and square, 50-50.
Well, what do you want me to do? Cut the car in half or something? Hey, wait a minute. That's a good idea. Well, we cut the car in half. I'll take the front seat and you take the back seat.
Oh, no. I'll take the front seat.
You want the front half? Yes. All right, you can have the front half of the car. But remember, the front half is where the motor is located, and if any repairs need to be done on the motor, you pay for them.
Wait a minute, I changed my mind. I'll take the back half.
You want the back half of the car? You can have the back half of the car, because that's where the gas tank is located, and that's where you pay to put in the gas.
I don't care. I'll take the back half.
All right. Come in.
I beg your pardon. Is this the Cramden apartment?
Yeah.
Well, I'm from the Teresa Grata.
Oh, we know who you are. Where's the ticket?
Right here.
There it is. There you are, sir. My name's Mr. Cramden.
How do you do?
Pardon me. Do you have it with you?
Yeah, I do indeed,
You do?
sir.
Come
and
on.
congratulations. It's right outside.
Thank you. I don't see where it is. Maybe it's around the corner.
Can't be around the corner. Down here. Listen, I don't see the, What is that?
That's the prize.
The prize? But I thought first prize was an automobile.
Yes, first prize is, but you didn't win first prize, Mr. Cramden. You won 26th prize. You won a turkey. And congratulations again, sir, and a happy Thanksgiving to you folks.
What are you laughing at?
You wanted the back half.
Get out!
who's always complaining and nagging at you for taking chances on raffles and never winning anything? I'm the one that nags and yells and nags and yells and nags and yells all the time at your crazy schemes that always lose money? Well, lucky. Remember what you said? This time I got mine. Oh, you sure got yours.
Okay, pal. I got mine. Comes Thursday, you get yours.
How are you?
Oh, how do you do?
Mind catching my paycheck? It's all endorsed and everything.
Oh, sure, sure.
Who's got the record, high score for the pinball machine this week?
Herb Melvin.
Oh, yeah?
42,000. That first prize is this week is that 3-pound box of Italian creams.
Italian cream. Boy, that brings back tender memories. I give Trixie a box of Italian creams the night she proposed to me. 42,000 got a beat, huh? Well... Wipe off the old score, and here we go. Hey there, baby. Hey! Well, that must be some kind of record. I got 20,000 on the first ball. Number 2 ball coming up. That's the way it is with me, feast or famine. Let's see here. Hey, baby. Attaboy. Come on. Good. Oh, hey there. Hey! 43,000 I made. I won. The box of candy is mine. It's mine, all mine. I made 43. It is mine. Put back the candy, Norton. What do you mean, put it back? I won. I got the high score. 43,000 you got to pay.
You had the highest score. After I shoot, you'll have the second highest score. 43,000. Child's play. $31,000 on the first ball.
All right. Don't count your Italian creams before they're hatched. You can still come up empty, you know. All right, shoot your second ball.
I can come up empty. The only thing empty in here is your head. Stand back, pal. Give me room. Will you stop trying to give me the jinx? That's for kids and ignoramuses.
Go ahead, shoot.
Will you stop with the jinx?
Try your ignoramus. Boy, 54,000 on 2 balls. If I didn't see it, I wouldn't believe it.
Well, may I have the Italian creams? Thank you very much.
Hey, wait a minute. Ralph, aren't you going to shoot the third ball?
What for? I got high score. I won the creams.
Well, wait a minute. If you shot 54,000 with just 2 balls, think what you could make with 3 balls. You're liable to set an all-time pinball record.
So what?
So what? It's accomplishments like these that get people on the Ed Sullivan Show.
All I wanted to do was to win the candy. I won it, and I'm satisfied.
Well, this is bigger than a box of candy. This is pinball posterity. Shoot the third floor.
All right. If it will satisfy you, I'll break the record.
Oh, boy, Ralph. Hey, I'll warm up the old soup bone for you there.
All right.
Hey, better get over here, Mr. Bartfeld. History is being made.
I'll watch it from here. My feet are
Give me a
killing
little
me.
room. He's going to watch his Mary's feet are killing. Go ahead.
That's it, baby. Get out of there, Philip. 75, 80, 85, 90, 95. It's 100! It's 100! Tilt! Wait a minute! Give me that candy or I'll tilt you.
Now, take it easy, Ralph. Take it easy. You tilted so your score doesn't count.
What are you
Can't
talking
win.
about, Mr. Bartfeld? I had him beat on the second ball.
Then you shouldn't have shot the third ball.
I didn't want to shoot it. He told me to.
Don't blame it on me. If somebody tells you to jump off a roof, you don't jump off a roof, do you?
Oh. Give me a pack of gum, will you? I want to get out of here and away from that nut.
Top yourself, will you, Ralph? My feet are killing me.
Okay. I hope every time you bite into one of those Italian creams, you hit a cavity.
Who bites into him? I swallow him whole. Hey, look, Ralph. I don't want to see you go away mad, you know what I mean? I mean, we've been through too much together to let a box of Italian creams come between us, you know? Here's my plan. When we get home, Trixie will have the bottom half, Alice will have the top layer, and the cover of the box, which is suitable for framing, is yours.
Why don't you shut up?
I sure will miss these squabbles of yours when I leave here.
When you leave? Where you going?
Well, I'm not getting any younger, and my daughter and her husband want me to come down to Florida and live with them.
Gee, we're going to miss you after all these years, Mr. Bartfeld. Yeah. Who's going to take over the joint?
Why, the chock full of orange people are going to give me $600 for my lease. They're coming in day after tomorrow to close the deal.
Did you hear what he said about the chock full of orange thing?
Yeah, I heard it. What about it?
Don't you realize what they do before they take over a place? They make a survey. They have the best guys in the world. You know, looking at locations all the time.
Well, let me tell you something. They must have had a couple of beginners looking at this place. Mr. Bartfeld hardly earns a living here.
But that's just it. Don't you understand? If they take this place, they must know something. Maybe a building project is going up or a shopping center or something. Don't you realize, Norton, we're sitting on a gold mine and it can be all ours for $600.
Ralph, I gotta admit it. Between those fat little ears of yours, there's a well-oiled thinking machine.
We let this thing slip through our fingers, we'll never forgive ourselves. $600 for this place, it's a steal. Now look, I got almost $300 in the bank. I can get that by tomorrow. Now that's my half. Can you get your half?
I'll get my half if I have to hock Trixie's mink-dyed rabbit skin coat.
Okay. Mr. Bartfeld, may I have a word with you? We just figured it out. Norton and me think that this place has greater possibilities than it's had up to now. We think that it can be more profitable than it is right now.
What do you mean?
Well, you see, if the chock full of orange people are taking this over, they must know that the neighborhood's coming alive. You know, and we figured if you're selling it for $600, well, if you're really serious about selling it, how about let Norton and I buy it?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm serious about giving it up, all right. And I'd just as soon see a couple of neighborhood boys run it as anybody else, if you think you can make a go of it.
If we can make a go of it. Oh, boy, as soon as we take over, we modernize the whole joint. We'll get a griddle in here, we'll start selling hamburgers, hot dogs, flapjacks, pizza pies.
Good. Then we'll widen the front door.
Why will we widen the front door?
Well, with griddle cakes, hamburgers, and hot dogs in here, how are you going to get in and out the front door?
You're a riot. You're a riot, Norton. Now, look, I'm glad we're excited over this because this means everything to us. Now, you sure that you can sell it to us?
Well, they just simply said that they'd be back day after tomorrow to close the deal. Matter of fact, they didn't give me a deposit on anything. So I don't see where there's any harm in letting you have it if you can come up with the money before they do.
Don't worry about it, pal. We'll be here tomorrow with the money. And to show you the kind of business we do, we'll give you a deposit right now. How much money you got, Norton?
Well, I just have my check cashed. I got $80 here.
Okay, give it to Mr. Bartfeld.
Hey, wait a minute. I thought this was a partnership deal. I mean, why do I have to give it all to him?
Give him the money, you'll get it back.
Well, wait a minute. This is a partnership. As I understand it, partners go 50-50.
Norton, would you mind lending me $40? Yeah. Thank you. Mr. Bartfeld, here's my half.
Thank you.
Now, would you mind giving him your half?
Mr. Bartfeld, here's my half. Now, that's more like it. Now you're acting like a partner.
Surprise. How are you? Oh, I'm fine, Alice. But look, Alice, I'm in a terrible hurry. But I just had to stop by and tell you that I think it's wonderful what you did this afternoon. Your sister Helen called me, and she said Harry is so happy he's beside himself.
Oh, well, after all, Mom, what's a sister for if she can't help?
You know, that boy Harry's making a real go of the gas station, and with that car washer he bought this afternoon, he's going to increase his business 40%.
I know, Harry told me. You know, it would have been an awful crime, Mom, if he'd had to pass up a chance of getting that car washing machine just because he was short $300.
Well, how does Ralph feel about it?
Well, Ralph doesn't know about it yet, and you know, I hate to do something like this without discussing it with him beforehand. But then when Harry told me that if he didn't get the money right away, he'd have to pass up the chance of getting it, well, I just decided I better give him the money, and I don't think Ralph's going to mind. The money was just lying in the bank anyway.
Oh, it makes me feel so good to know that my family are pulling together like this. Well, darling, I've got to go.
Oh.
Give Ralph my love.
I will.
Well, hello, Ralph.
Oh, hello, Mama. Why, you're looking younger every day. You look even younger than next Thursday.
Well, thank you, Ralph. I feel fine, too. Look, I'm in a terrible hurry, but I'll come over and spend an evening with you soon. Maybe next Thursday, huh?
That'll be fine.
Goodbye, Ellen.
Allow me.
Goodbye.
How do you have her?
Ralph, there's something I have to tell you.
Look, before you tell me anything, I got something to tell you, and yours, what you can tell me, will have to wait till I tell you.
Well, what is it?
Tomorrow morning, right after breakfast, even before I go to work, I'm going right down to the bank and take out that $300.
Ralph, the $300 isn't in the bank anymore.
Soon as I get the $300 out. What isn't in the bank?
The $300.
Mom! Mom! Come back here! Come back! Don't get on that bus! Come back with my money, Mom! She got away, but I'm going after her.
Ralph, Mother does not have the $300.
Well, then who does have it?
Well, if you'll calm down, I'll tell you who has it. I got a phone call this afternoon from my brother-in-law, Harry. Now, he had a chance to get a car washing machine that was worth $1,000 for $600 cash. Well, all he had was $300, so I gave him our money.
A car washing machine? You gave my money for a fly-by-night scheme like that?
Ralph, it's not a fly-by-night scheme, and you know it. Harry is a very good businessman. Don't you remember last year, Ralph, you loaned him $150 to dig that grease pit? He not only paid you back within the month, Ralph, but he gave you a $25 bonus besides.
Oh, sure. Sure, he paid me back, and he paid me back cash. But do you know why? I'll tell you why. That was the come-on. He wanted to build up credit. He wanted to build up credit so he could borrow $300 from me, which he never intends to pay back. How dare you give away my money without asking me first?
Our money, Ralph. And I tried to get you at the bus depot, but I couldn't. Besides, we're going to get the money back from Harry, so I don't see where I did anything so terrible. And why do you want the money all of a sudden?
Because, Alice, all of a sudden, I was going into business for myself. I was going to become the proprietor of a candy store.
A candy store? But, Ralph, you don't know anything about running a candy store.
That's right. Go ahead. Start in discouraging. Go ahead, Alice. Discourage, discourage, discourage. Before you even know what it's all about, start discouraging me. Boy, you ought to take a tip from history. Any great man that ever accomplished anything had a wife that encouraged him. You know that, Alice? Robert Fulton's wife encouraged him to build a steamboat. Eli Whitney's wife encouraged him to build a cotton gin. All I can say, it's a good thing that you weren't married to Alexander Graham Bell, or he'd have never invented the telephone.
No, wouldn't have made any difference in my life. We haven't got one anyway.
With your mouthpiece, we don't need one. Just my luck. I had a wife that thought something of my future, tomorrow I would have been the proprietor of the candy store. Down in the corner, a beautiful candy store.
What candy store is it, Ralph?
You know what candy store it is, Bartfeld's.
Bartfeld? Ralph, you're not serious. That man's had that place for over 30 years, and he's barely made a living out of it. Don't tell me that's the one you want to take over. Oh, Ralph, come on. You're the only person in this whole wide world who could come up with a crazy idea like that. You have flipped.
I'm the only one in the world, huh, could come up with a crazy idea like that. I flipped, huh? Well, for your information, Norton's my partner.
Well, if you got a flip, it's nice to have company. Now, what makes you think, Ralph, that you and Norton could do any better than Mr. Bartfeld?
I don't want to even discuss it with you. I don't even want to discuss it with you, Alice. It's just another shattered dream. That's what you did tonight. You shattered another one of my dreams. The candy store dream, we'll call this one. You shattered it. When I was a kid, my dreams were shattered. I remember one time I wanted a pony. I call it the pony dream. That was shattered. I knew my family couldn't afford it, so I just gave up the idea. Pony dream shattered. Well, candy store dream is shattered and the pony dream is shattered. The story of my whole life, shattered dream.
All right, Ralph, I think I understand. And I'll make it up to you. You forget about the candy store, and every Sunday I'll treat you to a pony ride.
There isn't a jury in this world that wouldn't say I was justified.
Now, Ralph, just listen to me. I know you're disappointed, Ralph, but believe me, a candy store is not the answer to your dream. Now, someday, Ralph, the right thing is going to come along. And when it does, you're going to know it's right, and I'll know it's right.
You're going to know it's right. So, don't make me laugh. How would you know it's right? What kind of imagination have you got? You haven't got any imagination, Alice. You haven't got an ounce of imagination. You wouldn't know something big if you saw it. And don't say anything, Alice. Don't say anything. Norton! Norton! Come on down here!
Well, about that little partnership deal between you and me, you know, about the candy store. A little while ago, I thought it was a pretty good idea, but after giving it serious reflection and due consideration, I have come to this conclusion, namely this. I think it would be very wise for us to continue doing as we have done in the past. That is, buy our liquor schwitz retail.
So, Trixie wouldn't give you the money, huh?
Look, Ralph, I tried. You can't say I didn't try. I used every argument at my command. I told her how the Chock-full Orange people wanted the property, how they were going to build up the community and everything. Yeah, Trixie knows about stuff like that. Her father had a personal friend that had a lunch wagon over 43rd Street near the East River. Well, he wasn't doing no business at all. Oh, it was awful, you know. Then somebody tipped him that the United Nations was going up over there, see? So he was a sharp guy, you know. He begged and borrowed every dollar he could get a hold of just to stay in business until a big day.
He must have made a fortune.
He lost every cent. They had to tear down his lunch wagon and put up the UN.
Now, look, I don't care what Trixie says. You're going down tomorrow and you're getting that money.
Look, Ralph, it ain't as easy as all that. Our money is in a joint account.
So what if it's in a joint account? That money is just as much yours as it is hers.
Well, there's a little technicality involved there.
What do you mean?
Well, our joint account is in the name of Trixie and her mother.
Well, we gotta get that money. Look, there must be some way to get our hands on money. Isn't there any way you could go down? Isn't there some way you could get it? You know, Trixie doesn't have to know.
No,
By a surreptitious manner or something.
Wait a minute. I was just thinking.
Look, all we have to do
I was just thinking, how about a reward?
What do you mean, a reward?
A reward, just what I said. I was down at the post office a couple of weeks ago, and up on a bulletin board there's pictures of these fugitives from justice. $200 reward, $300, $500 reward. Why don't we just go out and capture ourselves a couple of fugitives from justice?
That is the stupidest suggestion I ever heard in my life. I just wish they were giving away rewards for fugitives from Bellevue. I'd have a fortune. Now, look, if you could just take your money down to Bartfeld's tomorrow and let him hold it, then he could wait for the rest of the week until I got mine.
Oh, honey.
Oh, there's Lady Bountiful now. Where you going, Al? What, did you find some money around the house you want to give away?
I'm going to the store, Ralph, and there's no need for you to be sarcastic about it. I meant everything that I said before, and Ed might just as well hear it, too. It's just ridiculous, Ed, for you and Ralph to think that you two could make a go of that candy store.
This is doing you no good. You can't discourage him, because he has just as much intelligence as I have. We're going through with this. And I'll get the $300, Alice. I'll get the $300 if I have to sell everything in this house.
Well, that's a good start, but where are you going to get the other $280?
Female Robin Hood.
Oh, we just got to think, that's all. We just got to think.
We only knew somebody we could borrow it from. Hey, wait a minute. Maybe the Bus Drivers Benevolent Association. Nah, that'd take too long, at least a week. If we were gamblers, we could gamble and win it.
Well, we got a thing in the sewer called a slush fund. That'd take too long. Like everything else, the sewer's full of red tape.
Come on, Norton. Think. This means a lot to us.
I try to think. Wait, maybe I get a little music. I think better with music.
Gotta be a way.
And there you have one of those wonderful numbers so popular at this time of the year. But you don't have to wait until Christmas, folks. This is your old hide-and-seek man, and every day is Christmas. Tomorrow, one of you lucky people is going to find a $1,000 bill, which will be hidden somewhere in New York City. In a moment, I'll give you the clue as to where you can find that $1,000. But first, a word from our sponsor. Folks, there's no need for you to suffer from headaches. At the first
Will
sign
you turn
of
that
headache,
thing off?
go to your medicine.
That's the way it is, Ralph. You want music, you get talk.
Imagine finding a $1,000 bill in New York City.
So stock up with Miracle Tea headache pills. And now, for that clue to the $1,000 bill. Now, as you know, each and every day, I hide a $1,000 bill somewhere in little old New York. As usual, I recite a jingle. Now, listen carefully, because in that jingle is the clue as to where tomorrow's $1,000 bill will be hidden. Get your pencil and paper ready.
Give me a paper. Give me like the right paper.
Here we go. Cornelius will be watching you at 9:22. Have your change ready and watch for this clue. Number 247 on the outside will be, go in, look around, and sweet riches you'll see. There it is, folks. Good luck.
Norton, on that piece of paper is our $1,000.
Yeah.
I've been driving a bus for 15 years. Up, down, sideways, every which way. I know New York from top to bottom.
Yeah, I've been in the sewer for years. I know New York from bottom to top.
All right, go ahead. Read some of the clues.
Right,
Maybe I can figure them out.
Let's find out. Cornelius will be watching. He's not going to be watching me. I don't know nobody but it was Cornelius.
Shut up.
Cornelius. Hey, you know what, Ralph? The only Cornelius I do know is Cornelius Vanderbilt. Cornelius Vanderbilt.
Wait a minute.
What?
That's it, Cornelius Vanderbilt. There's a statue of him right in front of Grand Central. I pass it every day in my bus.
Then the money must be on 42nd Street.
Certainly.
Yeah.
Now, let's see. It says Cornelius
will be watching you.
Well, in order for Cornelius to be watching us, we'd have to be on the opposite side of Cornelius, on the other side of the street.
That's right.
No.
What's over there?
There's
a clothing store there.
Clothing store. There's a pipe store.
Yeah.
There's an airlines terminal store.
Right.
There's a shoe store.
There's I think there's an automat there. I think I remember.
There is an automat.
An automat.
Read some more of the clues.
More clues. Cornelius will be watching you at 9:22. Have your change, change. Quarters, nickels, dimes. Change.
Wait a minute. Nickels.
Yeah.
The automat. Nickels, Norton.
Yeah, it's in the automat.
Nickels in the automat.
The candy store is ours.
This is the easiest contest I ever entered. $1,000 in the automat. It's a cinch.
What are you doing? Oh, excuse me, buddy. I just checking. I usually get my mail addressed to me here at the automat.
What's the matter with you?
I'm sorry. I was just looking for the $1,000.
You realize if anybody in here hears that we're looking for a $1,000 bill, there'd be a riot.
Well, I'm sorry. My enthusiasm just got the best of me. That's all.
Take it easy. Let's do this thing systematically.
All right.
Look at the clues again. Now, Cornelius will be watching you at 9:20.
Wait a minute.
Now, what did you just do?
All right, Corny's watching us. Cornelius will be watching.
All right, have your change ready
Wait
and
a
watch
minute.
for this clue. Number 247 on the outside will be, go in and look around, and sweet riches you'll see.
The whole thing checks perfectly. The only thing it's 9:22 now. The address of this place is 247. The only thing I don't understand is this sweet riches. I don't get that. Sweet riches.
Wait a minute.
What?
What's sweet?
Sugar.
Shut up. Now, follow me and do exactly like I do. Hum.
Pardon me, sir. I bought the sugar with.
Pardon me, man. Your sugar, please. Well, what do you want, Buster? I happen to be the manager here.
Oh.
I just wanted to make sure that you gentlemen have enough sugar.
We like it very sweet. You know, Ralph, it ain't bad this way.
Look, Norton, the manager's watching us. He's got his eye on us. Now what are we going to do?
Take it easy. Just sit tight. We got eye contact. Come on. Got a case to play. Well, that's it. Right there, the fellow with the sandwich. The $1,000 bill is in the sandwich. Now, you just go over and engage in conversation. I'll get the sandwich.
Wait a minute, stupid. I'll handle this. How do you do, sir? May I buy that sandwich, please?
Oh, get your own sandwich.
Well, there aren't any more like that. I'll give you $1 for it, pal.
It only costs 20 cents.
I know, but I'll give you $1 for it, pal.
Look, if you want the sandwich, I'll split it with you. I'll give you...
No, don't cut it in half. You'll ruin the whole thing. I'll give you $2 for the sandwich, pal.
I don't know what this is all about, but here you are.
Thank you very much, sir. I
Hey,
appreciate it.
mister, you want my coffee? Give you a bargain. 60 cents.
Wise guy. $1,000 bill. It's lettuce.
Looked like one to me.
Let's go through the clues again. Have your change ready and watch for this clue. Change ready?
Change.
That's it, Norton. That's it.
What?
Change ready.
What?
Well, what do you get nickels for in the automat? To open those little boxes. That's
it's
why
what?
$1,000 bill. It's in one of those boxes, and we got to open every one until we find it.
I'll go get some
Now, look,
change.
will you please act casual? Don't let anybody catch on to what we're doing here.
No, just act quiet, casual.
Well, you don't want, please. Stop
All
worrying.
right, pal. Get some nickels.
Hello. Can I have $30 worth of nickels?
What's the matter with you? $30 worth of nickels.
It's all the money I had.
I don't care if it's all the money. Just ask for a couple of dollars. Do you want everybody to catch on?
This is it, okay? Everything checks. Carney just Vanderbilt outside. 247. Have your change ready. Let's go, but be careful. They find out what we're after, there'll be a riot. Come on.
Wait a minute, buddy. That's my sandwich.
I saw it first.
Don't tell me you saw it first. It's my sandwich. Look, if you want a sandwich, here's a nickel. Get another sandwich.
I want that one right there.
Look, don't start.
I'll take care of this. You don't want that sandwich. You're not fooling me. I know what you're after.
What am I after, wise guy?
You're after that $1,000 bill.
No! Don't say anything about it.
Work any minute.
Well, thank you, Mrs. Crandon. Don't mind if I do.
Good.
Hi, Alice.
Hi, Ralph.
Oh, hi, Mr. Botwell.
Oh, hello, Ralph. I just dropped by to give you back your $80.
Deal fell through, huh, Mr. Botwell?
Well, Ralph, yes. When you and Norton didn't come through with the rest of the money, I had to go through with the other deal.
Well, that's the way it should be, I guess. Chock full of oranges becomes rich. My wife's brother-in-law becomes rich. Everybody becomes rich. Everybody except Ralph Crandon. He doesn't become rich. Every day of my life now, I'll have to pass that chock full of oranges store and know that they're making a fortune.
Well, now, wait, Ralph. They're not going to make any money on my store.
Look, you don't have to soften the blow. I lost out. I know they'll make a mint.
No, Ralph. Just wait a minute. They're not going to sell anything in my store. They don't like the location. They told me just this afternoon that they want to use it as a storeroom, a pickup place for supplies.
Just gonna keep supplies there, huh? What do you know about that?
Well, you see, everything turns out for the best, Ralph. But I've got to be going now. Goodbye.
Bye, Mr. Bartell.
Well, go ahead and say it.
I'm not going to say anything, Ralph. And you know what I think would be the best thing for us to do? Both of us just to forget all about this.
It's awful nice of you, Alice. After all, I said a lot of nasty things, you know.
Now, come on, Ralph. Not another word. We're just going to forget all about it. Now, I've got to run down the store and pick up some butter. Now, while I'm down there, you just wash up, and as soon as I get back, we'll have supper. All right?
Okay, sweetie. Hey, when you're down there, get me an evening paper, will you?
Oh, sure.
Norton! Norton! what?
Well, there's your $80 deposit.
Well, the deal's off, huh?
Yeah, it's off, and you can be very thankful that you have a partner like me. You see, I went into a little investigation. You know, that chock full of orange thing, that didn't sell me all the way. You know, I'm pretty wary about those kind of deals. Well, I looked into it, asked a few questions, and what do you think I found out? They don't want that for a store. They just want it for a supply depot. Well, as soon as I heard that, I ran right down to, to the guy in the candy store, and I says, let me have the money back.
Boy, I'm telling you, Ralph, when it comes to business, you know how to handle things.
Oh, well, Oh, by the way, now look, now that this whole incident's over, there's a couple of things I don't want Alice to know. First of all, I don't want her to know that we went on a wild goose chase looking for a $1,000 bill.
All right.
Second of all, I don't want her to know that we had to pay a $5 fine for creating a disturbance. What are you laughing at?
I gotta laugh every time I think of that police sergeant's face when we paid the fine all in nickels.
There's a couple other things I'd like you to remember.
What?
I don't want Alice to know that I took the day off from work to look for that $1,000 bill. And I also don't want her to know that I paid $15 to Cassidy to drive my bus. She found out that I lost a day's pay, and on top of that gave Cassidy $15 to drive my bus. I'd never hear the end of it. Now, please.
Ralph. Oh, I am. Ralph, wait till I read you what's in the paper about Joe Cassidy.
He didn't get into an accident.
No, listen to this. Wait a minute now. At 9:22 this morning, Joe Cassidy, a substitute bus driver driving bus number 247, stopped for a red light in front of Grand Central Station opposite the statue of Cornelius Vanderbilt. As he reached behind the sun visor over the windshield for a pencil, he found an envelope, which to his amazement contained the hide-and-seek program's $1,000 bill. Isn't that wonderful? Ralph?
What?
What do you want with your pancakes?
What do you got?
Bacon and sausage.
Okay.
Okay? What's okay?
Bacon and sausage.
Ralph?
What do you want now?
How many eggs do you want?
What?
How many eggs do you want?
I'm not too hungry. Give me the usual.
And how do you want them?
On the table and in a hurry. Will you come on? I'm late.
And one for the pot.
Can't you keep that bed out of the way? I don't let that might go on it.
Oh. Mr. Olson! Mr. Olson!
What is it, Mrs. Cramden?
The water isn't running!
I know. I'm working on the boiler.
Oh. Ralph, just turn the water off. There's no water for coffee.
Is the water off again?
Yeah.
That's the third time this week.
Well, they're trying to fix the boiler again.
Well, when are they going to face it? They got to get a new boiler.
You heard the landlord, Ralph. He said he's not going to put any improvements in this place unless he gets a rent increase.
A rent increase? Is he kidding? He's lucky we're paying rent. We should have squatters' rights in this joint.
Well, you just have to put up with it, Ralph. There's no point in getting aggravated. You have to do without the morning coffee. Now sit down and I'll have your breakfast for you.
Hurry up, will you? I'm late.
All right, Ralph, all right.
What's the matter now?
I don't know. There's something wrong with the gas. It won't light.
There's nothing wrong with the gas. You just don't know how to light it, that's all. Where's the match?
Right here.
Something wrong with the gas. I can't light it.
Well, what are we going to do now?
I don't know what you're going to do, but I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to give that superintendent a piece of my mind. Hey, stupid! What do you want, Ralph? I'm not talking to you. I'm calling Olson.
Well, call it for me, too, will you? We got no gas and water up here.
Now, we haven't got any gas and water down here either. Olson!
What do you want, Crandon?
What are you doing down there with the gas and water?
I had to turn them off to work on the boiler.
Look, why don't you get a new boiler?
Look, don't tell me. Take it up with the landlord.
You take it up with the landlord and tell him this. If there aren't some improvements made around here, I'm leaving.
Go ahead and leave. That'll be an improvement right there.
Shut up, Norton. Just for that crack, Olson, I'm leaving.
Now, Ralph, will you calm down?
Don't calm me down. Don't calm me down. Let's face it, this place is falling apart and the landlord doesn't intend to do anything about it. After all, anything around here that has to be done, I have to do it, and I'm getting sick of it. Do you understand that? Any improvements that are made, I have to make them. Look around you. All the improvements you see, I put in here, you know. I did it. Well, I'm sick of it. I'm moving out of here. That's my last word. I'm moving out of here and I'm buying a house.
Buying a house?
Yes, buying a house. Oh, I know what you're thinking. We can't afford a house. Well, that's where you're mistaken. All we have to do is put down a down payment, and the rest is just like paying rent. And you don't have any aggravation like this when you own your own house. You know what I mean? It's all yours. You do anything, you're doing something for yourself. You're the king of your own castle.
Oh, Ralph, we're in no position to buy a house. Will you use a little common sense?
I am using common sense. That's just the point. Why should we pay rent for somebody else's dump when we can own one of our own? Gee whiz. You know what it is to own your own house? You get up in the morning, walk out in the yard, pick up a handful of dirt and say, this is all mine.
I can go out in the hall right now and do the same thing.
You just don't understand, that's all. There's no comparison in living in your own house and in living in an apartment. Here, take your own experience. You're scrubbing the floors all day, right? Whose floors are you scrubbing? The landlord's. But it's different when you own your own house. You're scrubbing floors, but you're scrubbing your floors, not the landlord's floors. Did you ever think of that?
Golly blue, I never thought of it that way.
I guess you didn't. That's it. We got to own our own home. That's the only way to do it. Now, let's see. We need money. Not much money. A small down payment. That's all it takes. You'll love it, Alice. I know you'll love it. I know you think it's impossible, but I'm going to prove to you that it isn't.
Oh, Ralph.
Here. Just look in the paper. All right, here you are. Homes. Here, get a load of this. Home plus income. Two-family house. Not new, but in good condition. Live rent-free while income from other apartment pays off mortgage. Only $500 down, and it's yours. In better section of Flushing. Act now, hurry, hurry, hurry. This is it, Alice. This is the answer to all of our problems.
Now, wait a minute, Ralph. Just a minute. What kind of a place can it be if it's only $500 down for a two-family house?
Well, it can't be too bad. They said it's in a better section of Flushing. Boy, just imagine that. Owning a house by just putting down a small down payment and then getting the tenant to pay the rest of the house off.
No.
This is the best idea I ever had in my life.
Ralph, I admit it looks rosy on the outside, but what are you going to do if you buy the house and then you can't find a tenant?
You don't think I'm crazy, do you? You don't think I'd buy a house before I had a tenant, do you? I'll get a tenant. There must be thousands of people who'd like to live in a home like that. Take Norton. Don't you think Norton would like to move out of this dump? Wait a minute. There's the tenant.
Oh, no, Ralph, hold it right there. Now, every time you and Norton go into something together, it winds up trouble. I know you, Ralph. No, sirree. You wouldn't be the least bit happy owning your own house if Norton was your tenant.
Now, that is one of the most ridiculous statements I ever heard. Who could be a better tenant for me to have? He's my best friend. We're pals. He's got faults, but I know him. And if I had any faults, he'd know him. He's the perfect guy.
Ralph, believe me, don't get Norton involved in this thing.
I'm going to call him down.
No, Ralph, please, before you call him, do me one favor, just once, Ralph. Think it over very carefully first. You can't go rushing into buying a house.
But, Alice, look.
Oh, Ralph, please, just this once. Just for me. Before you do something you'll be sorry for. Think it over very, very carefully.
All right, I'll think it over.
All right. Now, why don't you get your hat and go to work?
All right. Come on, hon. Come in.
Oh.
So it's you, Olson.
I just came up to tell you I finished hooking up the boiler. Your gas and water's back on.
Well, that's swell. Now that I'm going to work, everything's fine around the house. Look, you, why don't you do some things around this house? Why don't you fix up some things instead of sitting down at cellar reading comic books all the time?
Oh, just a minute,
I have no
Brandon.
time to argue with you. I'm late now.
Your husband has a lot of nerve saying that to me, Mrs. Cramden. I do plenty around here. Last night I was up till midnight waxing all the hallways and stairs and...
I know.
So you had to watch the stairs, huh? We're getting out of here! Oh, God! Come on down here! We're getting out of here!
Have you got a hammer?
Yeah, I think you'll find it in one of those boxes over there.
Oh, thanks.
Find it?
Yeah, here it is.
Trixie, how's your place coming?
Well, can I speak to you as a friend or the landlord's wife?
You can speak to me as a friend, Trix. Believe me, I'm on your side.
Well, let's face it, Alice. A Buckingham Palace, it ain't.
I know, Trix. I know. I don't know why I ever agreed to let Ralph put a down payment on this place. Yeah?
Oh? Well, I see you're talking to one of our tenants. How do you do, Mrs. Norton? And, how do you like your apartment?
Oh, it's a very pleasant surprise. You know, when we first talked about moving, I thought I might get homesick and miss the old place. But this is just as big a dump as that was.
What kind of a crack is that?
Oh, nothing. I'll see you later, Alice.
All right, Trix.
What's the matter with her?
Same thing that's the matter with me, Ralph. We should both have our heads examined for ever listening to our husbands.
I don't understand you. Ever since I come up with the idea of getting my own house, you've been complaining. All I know is when we got married, and ever since, you've been saying you didn't want to stay in the city. You didn't want to be cooped up in the city. You wanted to get to the country. Now we're in the country.
Yeah? What country? Lower Slavovia? Just take a look at this place, Ralph. It's absolutely falling apart.
There's nothing wrong with this place, and a few improvements won't fix. Don't look at it now. Look at it 2 months from now when we got it all fixed up. All it needs is a little cleaning, a little patching, a little painting, a little repairing. You can do that in no time. For instance, look at those cobwebs up there in the corner near the ceiling. Where do you see the difference when you take them down?
Oh, I wouldn't take them down, Ralph. I think they're holding up the walls.
I don't care whether you like this place or not. I do, and that's it. Now unpack those boxes.
Hello there, Mr. Landlord.
How do you do, Mr. Tenant?
How are you, Mrs. Wife of the landlord?
Oh, shut up.
Oh, she's learning to be a landlord's wife quicker than I thought.
Pay no attention to her. Well, how's everything going?
Just fine. Couldn't be better off. I tell you, well, the kind of phrase where in a couple of days we'll be snugging the bug in the rug. Hoo-hoo! Look at that. I see you hung a horseshoe up there over the door there.
Oh, I didn't hang that up. I guess the guy that owned this joint before me hung it up. You know, for luck.
Oh, yeah.
Sure brought him luck, too. He got rid of this place.
Princess Grace doesn't seem to like it here. She thinks I got stuck.
She thinks you got stuck. I don't get that figuring, Alice. I think it was a pretty good deal here. That's what I think. I think he got it pretty cheap.
Say, Ralph, tell me, how did you come to get us a cheap?
Well, the guy that owned it, who sold it to me, was an ex-GI. He must have got it cheap and he sold it to me.
Who was he? Benedict Arnold?
She's driving me nuts, Norton. Ever since we moved in here, it's been argue.
Well, that's a shame. And you got along so good in the other place.
Trouble with her is she has a short memory. She doesn't remember what we had to go through in that other place. That was no bed of roses,
Yeah.
All I know is at least here we got water.
You could say that again. I was just down the cellar. It's up to here.
What are you talking about?
It's flooded. Either that or you got an indoor swimming pool.
Flooded?
Yeah, it's flooded. The way I look at it, you got your choice of two things. You either drain it or you let it rise a foot and you got yourself a houseboat.
Look, Norton.
What?
Don't let Alice know anything about this. I'll never hear the end of it.
I won't let her know a thing. But she's going to get a little hint when she goes down the cellar and starts treading water over towards the furnace.
Don't worry, she won't get down in that cellar. Tomorrow night I'll get a pump and we'll pump the place dry.
Hey, wait, whoa. Tomorrow night. Ralph, I was figuring on you coming over to my place tomorrow night and straighten out a few little things that need some attention. Place needs a coat of paint. The electrical wiring is on the bum. There's a crack in the bathroom sink. The door on the bedroom closet don't open. The door on the kitchen closet don't close. And the hall closet ain't got no door at all.
Look, my friend, if you want anything fixed in your apartment, go ahead and fix it.
Me go ahead and fix it?
Yeah, you go ahead.
No. You're the landlord. I'm the tenant. You gotta fix it.
Are you nuts or something? When we lived over in the apartment house, we were tenants, weren't we? Did anybody fix anything over there for us? The landlord wouldn't fix anything, would he?
Well, I know. That's why we moved here, remember?
Look, I bought my own house so I wouldn't have to fix anything for anybody else. Now, if I'm going into your apartment to fix your apartment, I'm going to be back right where I started.
Well, look, I know we're old friends, Ralph. I'd like to be old friends for a long time, but I'm sorry. If you don't fix my place up, I'm not going to pay you the rent.
You sneak. What kind of a sneak would think up a trick like that?
I learned it from you. That's what you used to pull on the old landlord in the other place. Okay, just
all right. I'll fix the apartment. But I'm warning you, after I fix your apartment, if it looks better than mine, I'm moving in there and you're moving in here.
That's a sweet landlord in there.
By the way, just a moment. Now that we're talking about repairs and everything, and we're going to spend a little money, fixing up everything, it's about time that you signed your lease.
What do you mean, sign a lease? Well, we're old friends. I didn't think I was going to have to sign a lease. I thought a handshake would do it.
All right, we'll shake hands right after you sign the lease. Now, there it is. And it's all legal and everything. I had Alice's brother fix it out. He's a notary public.
By the way, how long is this lease for?
For the usual.
How long is the usual?
99 years.
99 years?
Yes, 99 years. That's the usual. That's what the United States gets from Great Britain when they do all that Lend-Lease stuff.
Well, I know, but this ain't exactly Bermuda.
You go ahead and sign it.
Let me hear. What's this in here? I don't understand a lot of this stuff.
Well. Oh. Let's see now. Oh, well, you see, that's about the 99-year clause.
Oh, yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
See how that protects you? It doesn't protect me. It protects you. For instance, if I want to throw you out, I can't throw you out. You're here for 99 years regardless, no matter what you do. And even when the 99 years is up, I can't throw you out because you got an option in here to renew.
Well, I'm certainly glad to hear that because when I get to be 142 years old, I won't have to go out and look for a new place to live.
Just go ahead and sign it, please.
You know, Ralph, this is sort of a historic occasion, like they're signing a peace treaty on the battleship Missouri. Signing a 99-year lease. I think we ought to have 4 fountain pens so we can all have.
Will you go ahead and sign it?
What's this here mean? Oh, well, that merely says that the leaseor, that's me, will hereafter be known as the party of the first part, and the leasee, that means you, will hereafter be known as the party of the second part.
Oh, well, I just want to know what I'm signing.
Perfectly all right.
Now then,
Now what's wrong?
would you mind smoothing that last part out for me a little bit?
I said that I'm the party of the first part.
Oh, no, the party of the first part. Now I'm all straight. All right. Now then, let me see. How about in here, on the party of the first part?
Well,
what's the,
here, look, this is another protection for you. You see, if, you can't throw a party unless you invite me.
Yeah.
See right here? Now, for instance, the reason that is, it's for your protection. If you threw a wild party and you had a neighbor that complained, you might get into trouble. But if you run a wild party and you invite me to the party, then I can't complain because I'm not a neighbor. I'm in here at the party.
I'll just sign that right down there. That's a pretty good clause there, Ralph. I mean, you're thinking of my protection all the time. There's one thing I'm thinking, that this lease here, it's a little one-sided in my favor.
Well, that's the way it goes, you know. The landlord always gets the short end of it.
Yeah.
Now, will you go ahead and sign it?
What's just one more thing in the bottom here? What's this here?
Right. Oh, that means you can have no pets and no animals of any kind in your apartment.
Well, I'm glad you told me that because you better get over my place. There's a mouse running around.
Will you sign that?
You don't mind, Ralph, I just like to take my time. I mean, 99 years is a pretty big chunk out of a man's life. Now, just let me sign it.
Take all the time you want.
Oh.
Let me give you a little hint, Trixie. I wouldn't advise you taking part in the Pillsbury Bake-Off next year.
Now, that's a nice way to talk after I've been slaving over a hot stove all day. Well, what about the dishes, Ed?
They're very pretty. Don't break them.
Aren't you going to help me with them?
Look, man works hard all day, comes home, he likes to relax. You know what I mean? I mean, I don't want to have to come home and work. I've been working all day. I just like to sit down here and relax after my dinner and look at the paper. That's what I'm doing.
Norton!
Yeah?
Open up with me.
Wait a minute. Hurry up, will you? Oh! Well, it's the party of the first part.
All right. Start covering up the furniture. I'm going to do the painting.
Hey, what? What do you mean, paint? Wait a minute. Can't you paint sometime when I'm not here, like on a Sunday or something? What's the matter with now? Well, frankly, I can't stand the smell of paint.
Are you kidding? You work in a sewer and you can't stand the smell of paint?
Well, I can't help it.
Now, come on. Sit down and don't bother me. This is hard work.
Well, look, seeing as you're going to do my place, would you mind very much if I consulted you on a choice of the colors?
Oh, you want a choice of colors?
Well, I'd like to...
Just a moment, pardon me, till I get my notebook out and take this all down.
Thank you.
Now, what did you have in mind?
Well, I figured the walls are like sort of a brown. Not as dark as a hazelnut brown, or not as light as a malted milk brown.
No.
Let me see.
No malted milk brown.
No, that's too light. Have you ever been to Coney Island in summertime?
Yes, I have.
Coney Island summertime, around sunset, the sun is setting there.
Yes.
You're standing on a boardwalk there eating a hot dog.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's a certain way that the setting sun has of striking the mustard, which reflects onto the hot dog through the sauerkraut. That's the kind of brown I want.
Certain. Now, how about the moldings and the window frames? Have you any ideas for that?
Oh, definitely.
I sort of visualized the moldings in the window frame and sort of like a misty gray.
Misty gray.
Have you ever seen a Technicolor movie with Ricardo Cortez?
I think one,
Well,
yes.
the color of his eyes. Not the iris, but the cornea.
That kind of gray, huh?
Yeah. That'll do it.
All right. Now, what about the door?
The door I really haven't thought too much about.
Is that so? Well, personally, I think it should be something neutral. You know, so it doesn't clash with Ricardo Cortez's eyes and the sun striking off the mustard on a hot dog.
Good thinking. It should be something neutral. Well, maybe like a delicate beige.
Delicate beige would be.
Yeah. Not harsh. Not a harsh tan. Or
No harsh tan.
Or not as light as an ivory, but just a neutral, delicate beige.
Yes. Now, let me see if I got all this right. You want the walls brown like the sunset coming through the mustard and the sauerkraut.
Yeah.
And you want the moldings the gray of Ricardo Cortez's eye, not
Right.
the iris, the cornea.
Cornea.
And then you want the door sort of a delicate beige.
Yeah, that'll do it, I think.
You're getting green!
Green's a nice color. But don't make it that Nile green.
Green!
Green.
Now sit down! Now, I'm warning you, Norton. I've been working all week in this place. I don't want to be interrupted. Just sit down and don't bother me while I'm working.
All right.
Just remember, you can push me so far and no farther.
I can't push you at all. That's a job for a bulldozer.
Sit down!
But I like an interior decorator that gives you his own ideas. Whoop. Almost time for my favorite program.
Now, just what are you supposed to be?
I'm a merry musketeer.
You are a merry nut.
Whatever you think.
Mickey Mouse Club, Mickey Mouse Club, Mickey Mouse Club, who's the Mickey Mouse Mickey Mouse.
Stop that! Now, don't annoy me, Norton. I'm trying to do this job, and I want to get it done.
All right. Go ahead and hurry up with your paint.
What'd you say?
I said go ahead and hurry up with your paint.
Hurry up?
Yes, Trixie wants you in the kitchen there. The sink is stopped up and the plugs that the refrigerator plugs into, that's all busted up. So will you hurry up the painting?
You want me to hurry up?
Yes.
Do a fast job?
Real fast.
You'd like to see a fast job?
Yes.
Real fast, huh?
Yes.
I'll show you a fast job. What are you doing? Fast job, I'll show you a fast job. Here's a fast job. Like that? Step back below.
What's going on in here?
That's a fast job.
Oh, I know it's a fast job.
What is going on in
This
here?
maniac's driving me nuts. He wanted a fast job, and I gave it to him.
I just happen to be standing up for my rights as a tenant, that's
All right, you out. Get out.
Now, wait a minute, Ralph.
I want him out.
Well, I'm not getting out.
Oh, you're getting out, all right. Now, get out. Get Trixie and get out.
All right, I'm getting out. I just want to have a last look. And it's going to be a pleasure for me to get out of here. I'm going to go get my wife, and I'm going to get out real fast.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. Just my luck. He's got a good sense of balance. Now we'll have a little peace around here in our own home, now that he's out.
Sure we will. Everything's going to be just fine and dandy. With him gone, you can pay off the mortgage all by yourself, Ralph.
You don't think I'm going to have any trouble getting another tenant to come in here,
Oh, you think you're going to get a tenant for this place?
It's a cinch. There'll be thousands coming in.
Yeah, I know who the first one's going to be, too, Ralph. The Board of Health. They'll probably tear this whole place down. Just look at it, Ralph. What makes you think you could possibly rent this place?
Ed, will you tell me what's going on?
Fine, what's going on? We're going out of here.
What happened here?
Never mind, I'll tell you all about it.
Just a minute. Where do you think you're going?
I'm going out of here. I'll pick up my things in the morning. You told me to get out of here, and I'm getting out.
You're going nowhere. Not for 99 years. You got a lease, and you're staying here. Come on, honey.
Don't look at me, pal. 99 years. Trixie, let me tell you something. That boy has got a lot to learn about being a party in the first part. Come on, 6 up and out of 3 a.m. in the morning. Let's go, rise and shine.
Oh, Ed.
Come on, will you? Let the bed put your robe on. Let's go. Boy, I'm telling you, before this night is over, Ralph Cramden's going to be dying to break that lease, and then I'll be very happy to get out of here.
I know, Ed, but do we have to do it now? It's 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm tired.
You stop complaining, and we just got to...
Besides, I don't want to do this to Alice.
Well, I don't want to do it to Alice either, but when you're fighting an elephant, many times a few innocent ants get treaded upon in a scuffle. Besides, I'm sick and tired of that guy's constant bickering. I'm a tenant here. I pay rent for service. I'm getting no service at all. So I'm going to have the lease broken so I can get out of here.
Well, I wouldn't be unhappy to get out of here, boy.
Spoken like a true tenant. Now grab some noisemakers. Let's go over there. And when we do this, we start off nice and soft, like that Spike Jones record, and then build up to the obligato.
Okay.
See?
You mean do it by the fireplace?
Right over here.
Okay.
Why now? Now, see this little hole up in there?
Yeah.
That connects the 2 fireplaces? All right, now here we go. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Happy New Year! Free beer for everybody! Hey, up before you wake to that baby boy! I don't hear anything. You're still asleep, I guess. Come on, let's go. Let's give it this. 1, 2, 3. The British are coming down with the landlord! I'm parking the party in the first part!
Ed, I still don't hear anything in there.
All right. Come on, the heavy artillery now.
Huh?
The canisters will do it. I got a plan.
What are you going to do with that?
I don't mind. Just follow me. Now then. Know that little hole?
Yeah.
We just light up this thing here. Then we push it in that little hole over there.
Yeah.
And then...
Ed, don't you think that's going too far? What's the matter? Nothing happened?
Must have been a dud.
Oh, good. Now, come on. Let's go back to bed. This is the silliest thing
We're not going any place back to bed. Just grab the noisemakers and let's go again. We'll get rid of it. Come on. Hit it. 1, 2, 3. Hey, the British are coming! Down with the landlord! Lock the room! Baby, don't! Hey! Hey, Rusty boy! Hello, Ralph, it's you. What are you doing up so early in the morning?
What am I doing up? I can understand him. I can understand that nut, Trixie, but you!
Boy, Ralph, you know, with all this noise going on and everything, I wouldn't be surprised if you just broke the lease and threw us out of here.
Yeah.
Aha! So that's what the noise is. You're trying to break the lease. Well, let me tell you something, kiddo. You got some case.
Don't you mind all this noise,
I
Ralph?
love it. Hooray, more noise. You're stuck here for 99 years. Don't worry about that.
We're having a very wild party in here, Ralph.
Go ahead, my boy. Have a wild party.
Well, I'm just going to leave you two nuts here to fight it out amongst yourselves. I'm going to bed.
Fine, go ahead. There goes 1 in a million, and I have to get her. Look, Ralph, why don't you just save yourself a lot of grief and aggravation and trouble and just break the lease and toss me out of here?
It doesn't bother me. Go as far as you like, pal. I told you. I can't complain about wild parties because I'm the party of the first party and I'm here.
You like all this loud noise, Ralph?
Go ahead, do your work.
love it. Go ahead. Here goes some more. Ho! How about that, Ralph? Happy New Year! You had enough, huh? You think you know how to make noise, pal? You think you know how to make noise?
I'll do pretty good.
Want to hear a little noise? I'll show you a little noise, pal, if you want to hear noise.
All right, what's going on here, huh? Whose apartment is this?
It happens to be my apartment.
And you with the noise. Who are you, huh?
I'm the landlord. You see, he's trying to break his lease.
Oh, you're the landlord. And you're making a noise because he wants to break his lease. Huh?
Well, you see, it's like this.
I'll explain to you, officer. It happened like this. I was making some noise in here, and he figured that I wasn't making enough noise, so he come in here to help me make more noise. It started with when he bought this house, and I got rented an apartment here with a 99-year lease, see? And then he come in with to paint the place, and I wanted Ricardo Cortez gray, you know? But he wouldn't give it to me, and then I sit down and look at the Merry Musketeers, and, you know, that embassy shit.
The two of you shut up. If I hear one more peep out of either one of you loonies, I'll run both of you in.
Yes, sir, officer. Well, are you satisfied? Are you satisfied? I just come around the neighborhood already. I'm in trouble with the cops.
Look, if you just break the lease for me, I won't be any more
I'm not breaking any lease. You're here for 99 years.
Ralph, did you find out what was making all the noise in here?
Sure. This nut trying to break his lease. He thought he was going to make noise and aggravate me, so I break the lease. He's got some case.
I'm just standing there demanding my own rights.
Don't let him scare you, Alice.
Don't let him scare you.
He wants to move that badly. Let him move.
No, sir. He's staying. You're staying. Don't let him scare you. Because when he's making noise to keep us awake, he's got to stay awake to make the noise that keeps us awake.
Now, wait a minute. Do you mean to say you're going to keep up this foolishness till one of you drops?
Exactly.
Well, I'll keep it up just as long as he was, because I'm just as stubborn as he is.
Oh, now, Ed, come on. You're not going to keep this up any longer.
I'm sorry, Alice, that you have to be in the middle of this, but I am just as stubborn as he, and I will keep up the noise and everything else as long as he does.
Oh.
I guess that firecracker wasn't a dud after all.
What?
bags of potato chips are going to be enough.
Oh, sure. 2 bags ought to be plenty. Remember, we got all that potato salad. I bet we'll even have some left over.
Oh, well, I hope you're right. Oh, we're going to have some mob up there.
Oh, I hope they don't make an awful mess for you, Trix. After all, I really appreciate you letting me use your place, you know, for this party.
Oh, stop. What else are friends for? I just hate to think of you working so hard on your own anniversary.
Oh, I don't mind. It'll be worth it just to see the expression on Ralph's face when everybody hollers surprise. You know, he's just like a kid about these things.
Well, he doesn't suspect anything, does he?
Oh, not a thing. It's very easy to surprise him with our anniversary. He never remembers it anyway.
Oh, I know what you mean, Alice. Ed always forgets our anniversary, too. One year I tried something to give him a little reminder. 2 weeks before, I sent him a note. It said, "Your wedding anniversary is in 2 weeks. Signed, a friend."
Well, what happened?
A few days later, I got a note. It said, "Mind your own business." Signed, a husband.
Oh, Trix. Hey, you didn't tell Ed anything about this, did you?
Oh, I sure didn't. Ed's a great one for keeping a secret. Would you believe it? He sent out engraved invitations to our elopement. I never saw such a crowd at the foot of a ladder in my life.
Hey, Trix, we better get the stuff upstairs before Ralph gets home.
Hey, it is getting late. Come on.
Put this...
Alice, where's the cake?
Oh, my goodness, I almost forgot. Put those in there.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you for reminding me.
Oh.
Can you manage this?
Sure.
Oh,
You
thanks
open the
a
door.
million, Trix.
Oh, Alice, I said stop it. Now, look, why don't you bring Ralph up around 9? All the guests should be there by then.
All right. I'll just say, why don't we drop in on the Nortons tonight? I don't think he'll suspect anything because he's up there practically every night anyway.
I'll see you later.
All right.
I'm home.
Hiya, Ralph.
Hiya, honey.
Hi, Ed.
What are you saying there, Alice?
Hey, something smells good around here.
No, it can't be me. I just got through working in the sewer.
I'm not talking about you. Are you baking a cake or something?
A cake? Me? Why, no, Ralph. How silly. Well, just look around for yourself. What makes you think I'm baking a cake?
I don't know. I thought it...
What is it, Trix?
Could you come up a minute? I'm having
I'll be right up there, Trixie. Ralph's home. Oh. I'll only be a minute, Ralph.
Okay, don't hurry, sweetheart. What'd I tell you, Norton? She doesn't suspect a thing. She didn't even mention our anniversary.
Boy, I gotta admit it, Ralph. It's pretty obvious that she's oblivious. Or is it oblivious that she's obvious? Anyway, she don't know nothing.
Well, she just thinks that I, forgot the anniversary like I usually do.
Yeah.
Boy, won't she get a surprise. Wait till she finds out that I'm running her a party down at the Kit Kat Club.
When are you going to tell her about it?
I'm not going to tell her. That's the beauty of surprise parties. You let people find them out for themselves. And it's going to be some party, Norton. This morning I was passing there, and I went in and I set up the whole thing.
Yeah?
I got a little ringside table for two, with the candles. Nice. I got the chef to bake a cake, big cake with Happy Anniversary Alice on it. Nice. Then I slipped the head waiter a couple of bucks. I told him to have the band play Anniversary Waltz when we walk in.
Hey, wait a minute. If you're not going to tell her about the Kit Kat Club, how are you going to get her down there?
Very simple. Now, she thinks I forgot the anniversary. So all I have to do is just act, casual, nonchalant.
Oh.
Just make believe it's an ordinary evening. And I'll say to her in a very ordinary way, how would you like to take in a movie tonight, Alice? Naturally, she's going to say, I want to go right away, Well, the Halsey Theater's on the same block with the Kit Kat Club. As I pass the Kit Kat Club, I'll say, wait a minute, I forgot to make an important phone call. So I said, would you mind stepping inside with me while I make the call? She comes inside, the band plays Anniversary Waltz, and we're off. Boy, what a surprise. I hope she doesn't faint.
I hope she doesn't faint when she finds out you're willing to take her to a movie.
Now, look, don't you tell Trixie anything about this. She'll blab it to Alice and ruin the whole thing.
Whoa. Oh, what do you mean? You're talking to a guy who can keep a secret. I'm an expert at that. Down the sewer, we got a slogan about it. Keep your mouth shut.
Oh, shut up. And that's another thing. You be sure you act casual. I don't want her to catch on to this.
Don't worry about it. You're talking to old mum lips.
Yeah. Boy, I'm going to make it up to her for all those years I forgot her anniversary. I can't wait to see the surprise look on her kisser. Oh, hi, Honey.
Oh, hi.
Back already?
Yeah. Ed, Trixie told me to tell you your dinner's ready.
Oh, thank you, Alice. And I'll see you later, Ralph.
Okay, pal.
Alice, may I be the first to wish you a very happy, ordinary evening?
Get out of here! What's ever the matter with him? He's a nut. That's what's the matter with him. Sure is an ordinary evening, ain't it?
Yeah, I guess it is, Ralph.
One of the most ordinary evenings I can remember in quite some time.
That's right.
Sure is. You know, being that this is such an ordinary evening, let's do something real ordinary and go to an ordinary movie. Come on now, you get dressed and we'll get down there in time to catch the 8 o'clock show.
Ralph?
Yeah, baby. What is it, hon?
Well, I don't feel very much like going to a movie. Why don't we just go up to the Nortons instead?
Anything you say, honey bunch. You don't feel like going to a movie?
I don't, have any particular reason, but it's just like you said, Ralph. It's such an ordinary evening, I thought we'd just go up and see the Nortons.
Why should we go up see the Nortons on an ordinary evening? We do that every night.
Well, I just don't want to go to a movie, Ralph.
I don't care what you want to do. Now get dressed. We're going to the movie.
Listen, Ralph, I just don't feel like going to a movie. After all, every night when you come home, you want to go up to the Nortons.
All right. When I come home tonight, I asked you if you wanted to go to the movies. You say no. Every other night I come home, you ask me to go to the movies.
All right, you always want to go to the Nortons. Tonight I ask you. Now all of a sudden you won't go up there.
I don't want to go up there. I want to go to the movies. Now come on, get dressed. You don't want me to miss that picture, do you? I've been waiting for this thing for over 4 weeks.
Well, what picture is it, Ralph?
It's a sensational picture. One of the greatest that's ever been made.
What's the name of it?
Huh?
What's the name of it?
Name of it. That what you want to know, the name of the picture? Is that what you want to know? I know the name of the picture, Alice. It's right here in the paper. Name of the picture. Everybody knows the name of this picture. Aha, there it is. The Bowery Boys in Baghdad. And listen to this. For the first time on any screen, Leo Gorcey sings.
No, Ralph, I don't think so. You know I don't care for musicals.
Now, you know this can't be a musical if Leo Gorcey is singing.
Well, not tonight, Ralph. I don't want to go. I don't think I'd like it.
You're either going to the movies or you're going to the moon. Now, make up your mind.
Excuse me, remember about a week ago I gave you the loan of my hammer?
Yeah.
I need it. Would you get it for me?
Will you leave me alone? I'm having an argument with her. Now, look, get this straight, Alice. You can't say anything about where either one of us is going. Because I do all the saying where we're going. Because I'm the captain of this ship. I am the master of this house. Do you know why? Because I bring the money in, that's why. I earn the rent, I earn our bread and board, I earn everything. This chair belongs to me, this table belongs to me, that icebox belongs to me, that bureau belongs to me.
When you get to the hammer, it's mine.
Get out! Now look, Alice. Go in there and get dressed, or bang, zoom.
We are not going to the movies, Ralph. We're going to the Nortons.
We're going to the movies.
We're going to the Nortons.
Oh, we're going to the movies. Don't worry about that.
We're going to the Nortons, Ralph.
If we aren't going to the movies, then I'll go to the movies by myself. How do you like those apples?
All right, Ralph. I can be just as stubborn as you can, you know. Go to the movies and go by yourself. I am going up to the Nortons tonight, and I mean it.
Go ahead and be stubborn. Go ahead. Go ahead. You gotta go to the movies with me, All right. All right. The evening's ruined anyway. I might as well tell you what it's all about. I suppose you thought when I said to you that I wanted to take you to the movies, that I wanted to take you to the movies. When I said that I wanted to take you to the movies, I didn't want to take you to the movies. I wanted to take you to the Kit Kat Club. Because I was down there today, and I made all arrangements for a little surprise anniversary party. I had a ringside table for two. I had a cake all made with Happy Anniversary Alice on it. I duked the head waiter so he'd have the band play Anniversary Waltz and everything else when we walked in. And that's why I wanted to take you to the movies. I hope you're good and ashamed of yourself, Alice.
Right. You mean you were planning to have a surprise party for me?
Yes, I was planning to have a surprise party for you.
Oh!
What are you laughing at, Alice? Oh, you're cracking. You're gone. You're gone. You're way out there. That's way out. What are you laughing at?
Oh, I'm sorry, Ralph. But do you know why I wanted you to go up to the Nortons with me?
No, but I'd like to hear it.
Because I'm planning a surprise party up there for you.
Don't. Gonna run a surprise party for me?
Uh-huh.
Gee. 2 surprise parties in one night. I feel like the Duke of Windsor.
But, Ralph, what are we going to do now?
We'll go to your party in Norton's. I'll call up the Kit Kat Club and I'll tell them to hold it off till tomorrow night. Then we can have 2 anniversary parties in a row. Maybe that'll make up for a couple of the years that I missed.
Oh, Ralph. I've got the most wonderful husband in the whole world.
Baby, you're the great.